In action now, number 2, Ohio State has come back late in the first half to tie Northwestern at 7. Very windy conditions in Chicago today. So number 2, Ohio State trying to hold on there, or at least get things going as they approach halftime. 7th-ranked TCU is hosting Texas Tech, and the Horned Frogs with a 13-10 lead at the break. Still to come, number 8, Oregon visits Colorado at 3:30 Eastern Time. Number 6, Alabama is at 10th-ranked LSU at 7 Eastern. And also tonight, 4th-ranked Clemson takes on Notre Dame. World Series Game 6 tonight. The Astros 1 win away from their second World Series title. They send Framber Valdez to the hill. Zach Wheeler goes for Philadelphia. Wheeler gets himself an extra day of rest as he deals with arm fatigue. The Phillies are prepared just in case. They will have Ranger Suarez ready out of the bullpen if it's a repeat of Game 2 for Wheeler. First pitch for the Astros and Phillies at 8:03 Eastern tonight. Former NBA guard Ben Gordon was arrested after a McDonald's security guard was punched in the face. Gordon charged with misdemeanor battery assault causing bodily harm and battery making physical contact, according to the Chicago Tribune. NBA, lots of action later today. You got the Magic hosting the Kings. They'll be at 5 Eastern Time. The Nets, Kyrie Irving serving the second game of his indefinite suspension. There'll be at least 5 games. Nets visiting the Hornets. The Knicks are hosting the Celtics. That'll be a 7:30 Eastern Time start. Late night, the Suns are hosting the Trailblazers. NHL, one game in action. The Islanders and Red Wings are scoreless in Detroit. I'm Pete McCarthy.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance of CBS Sports. For the best NFL coverage, expect it here. CBS Sports Radio.
CBS Sports Radio.
Greg is a real Prevagen user and paid testimonialist.
I'm Greg. I'm 68 years old. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, majored in business administration. I do motivational speaking in addition to substitute teaching. Part of the reason for my motivational speaking is I kind of feel like I have a calling or giving back to the younger generation. You know, the golden rule is do unto others, you'd have them do unto you. My wife, Wanda, is a senior flight attendant. She's been flying for over 30 years. I think most adults will start realizing that they don't recall things as quickly as they used to, or they don't remember things as vividly as they once did. I've been taking Prevagen for about 3 years now. People say to me periodically, man, you got a memory like an elephant. It's really, really helped me tremendously.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life. Prevagen is available in stores everywhere. Based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired, this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you, saving you hundreds, even thousands with Inflation Buster. For example, if you lock a 7% rate today, you'll only pay 6% for a year. That means more road trips, more date nights, more front row seats every month for a year. And your rate is secured for 30 years. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. More home upgrades, more rainy day funds, more cash in your pocket. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Call 833-7-ROCKET today or visit inflationbuster.com to start saving. That's 833-7-ROCKET or go to inflationbuster.com.
For fees covered, rate like date requirements and other terms and conditions, visit inflationbuster.com or call 1-833-7-ROCKET, equal housing lender, license in all 50 states, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of 5.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
Or if that resume was from someone who
worked 12-hour shifts at the recycling company with my dad, who's 72. That taught me a work ethic that I carry with me every day.
We rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone.
Growing up where I did, a lot of things could have gotten in the way of my goals. But I learned to push through, and that's what I bring to work every day.
So maybe it's time we look beyond the resume and look to Grads of Life. Discover new ways to develop great talent that are so much more than what's on paper at gradsoflife.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
WKTY has been your home for UWL football for over 70 years. A tradition that continues today.
Nice jump cut move, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Every Saturday, from non-conference play to late-season conference rivalries to the D3 playoffs, UWL plays here.
Intercepted on the play, and that's a pick 6 for the Eagles.
Let's head to the field and join the voice of college football on WKTY, Drew Kelly.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into college football on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. Drew Kelly live with you here this afternoon from Roger Herring Stadium on the campus of the University of Wisconsin La Crosse for today's WIAC matchup, a top 25 matchup again, as the number 7 ranked UW La Crosse Eagles take on the number 23 ranked UW River Falls Falcons. So glad you can tune in on WKTY. Also streaming on WKTYsports.com/video, the WKTY app, and a Round River City app on Roku and Apple TV. Terry Erickson joining me again today. Terry, it was a heart-stopping game last week against Oshkosh, rather. Just a fantastic game overall. Eagles come out at the end with a 51-yard field goal for Brian Byrne to win it, but it's not going to be easier coming into this game against River Falls.
Well, one of my heroes, though, from that game was Osborne, with a block kick, with an interception to stop Oshkosh's drive. I mean, you talk about sitting on the edge of your seat or broadcasting, or for those watching and listening, it was a great college football game. Probably the top 10 games that I have ever broadcast or been a part of.
Yeah, really just back and forth. You talked about that momentum that Coach Janet's kind of talked about that in the pregame interview that we had with him yesterday. We'll hear that in just a little bit. You take a look at how this offense has progressed. The first 3-4 weeks, it was kind of them finding their groove, finding their rhythm. The last 3-4 weeks, it's really been top-notch, especially with that offensive line and the running game.
Oh, that offensive line, I really believe, and I've said this many times, the best in the conference by far. They're chasing the something called excellence. In fact, I come to practice, I watch all their different drills and the challenges that the coaches put out there, and they're chasing a dream that they all have, and that's go back to the playoffs and possibly win a conference championship. So the intensity level, the enthusiasm, the focus, very high.
Yeah, you take a look at this River Falls team, 5-3, but the record does not tell the story. Very, very good team. Down 27-6 at halftime last week against Whitewater, and Whitewater was forced to kick a 49-yard field goal at the buzzer to win that one, barely sneaking over the crossbar. Obviously, the quarterback, Caleb Blaha, is going to be a major point of emphasis for this defense for the Eagles.
The defense will be on display. There's no question about it. I talked to Matt Janich about that. And our viewers, our listeners are going to see a game not unlike a Division I game, Texas A&M, Kent State, that has something like leads the nation in snaps per game, like 90-plus snaps per game. In other words, the officials need to be in good shape, because after the play is dead, the goal that River Falls has is within 8 seconds of the ball being put down, the ball is centered, is snapped to the quarterback. In other words, their goal is 80 to 90 snaps per game. The average in the NC2A is something like 60, maybe 70 snaps. So it's tempo to a highest degree. Yeah, so the defense will be on display.
Take a look at that defense, how it was last week. Pretty good until that second half, and then a lot of those intermediate routes really started to hurt the Eagles' defense. And something with a fast-paced offense, you can't afford to be not in position.
Well, those intermediate routes really were a concern. I asked Matt Janish about that. He said some of our defensive backs and linebackers did not drop where they should have. Eye discipline did not occur to the level that it should. If that happens this afternoon in this high-profile game, if the DBs and the linebackers do not get to where they are supposed to, and they're well coached, of course, it could be a problem.
Should be a fun one here this afternoon. Eagles 7-1, 4-1 in conference play. River Falls 5-3, 3-2 in the WIAC. 2 more wins for the Eagles, and they will clinch at least a share of the WIAC crown. Going to take a quick 1-minute break. We'll have our interview with head coach Matt Janis on the way next. This is college football on WKTY.
At Menards, save big money with 11% off everything. Update your home with Great Lakes vinyl plank flooring. It's durable and waterproof to handle whatever life throws at it. Choose from a wide selection to find your style. It's easy to install and has added comfort with an attached pad. Get 11% off all Great Lakes vinyl flooring now at Menards. Good through November 6th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Is your marketing working for your business?
My name is Cyfix. I own Saxon Hall Pizza and Pub in Brownsville. I've had that about a year and a half now. We started out kind of small, but then this year we kind of upped it a little bit. The ad's out, the jingle's out there. People hear on the radio, and the word of mouth gets going. And now I'm on a path to the digital world. And I wouldn't be there if Midwest Family hadn't been a part of this. They understood where I wanted to be.
Midwest Family. Let's talk. Go to MidwestFamilyLacrosse.com. Marketing made easy.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Drew Kelly speaking with head coach of the UWL Eagles, Matt Janis. Matt, a wild game against Oshkosh last week. Really could go in a million different directions. Let's kind of start chronologically, though, throughout the game. That first half, you guys really came out of the gate firing both on offense and defense. Going into the halftime break, what was your mindset about how your team executed in that first half?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good game plan on both sides of the ball, and then obviously our players did a fantastic job of executing it. We got to half, felt really good about it. Made a few tweaks as we always do on both sides of the ball, and then we end up in such a great situation. We're up 28-10. We're getting the ball, so you got to feel pretty good about that. We did, and thought we were gonna be able to move it on that first drive, and we did. We end up dropping a third down conversion. We get a punt off. And they get to third and 10, and we call the blitz, and that was probably on me. I was trying to be aggressive, felt pretty good about where we were at in the secondary, and then their hot route with our blitzes were to throw the field side comeback, which their quarterback can make. Not a lot of quarterbacks can make that, and he could, and ended up kind of giving him a first down, and it just kind of rolls from there. And I think with our team in the second half, we just couldn't match up a good offensive series with a good defensive series here as it went along, and so we're kind of battling back and forth, and that's what happens when you play good teams too. I mean that's part of it, right? We were fortunate enough to jump out to such a big lead, but our offense, when we needed points, they found a way to score. We did a great job blocking two PATs, and obviously the offense gets us in a position to move all the way down the field, get us in a position to kick a field goal. I mean, a little upset with how that drive ended. Tried to make it hard. Part of it's not our players, right? We had, the play clock went out, so we kind of reverted back to like high school stuff, where the back judge is counting it off in front of his face, and to be honest with you, he's at 4.5 and throws the flag as we snap it. So you think he could have given us a little bit of a leeway there, but I should have called a timeout. We were trying to run the clock down. I should have called a timeout, knowing that it was getting close in hindsight, because that puts us back 1st and 15, almost out of field goal range, and then we just we tried to run, tried to make them burn their timeouts, and we had a screen set up on the third down play that was going to hit, and it just, they had one guy just kind of stuck on it. One guy out of the whole, the other 10 we were going to have it, unfortunately. So he made a great play, and Kaiser did the right thing by not throwing the ball away. Unfortunately, we took a little bit of a sack on it and made that field goal about as hard as we could. But we had the wind, and we had Ryan Burns' leg.
As far as we talked about kind of keeping Kobe Berghammer in the pocket, not allowing him to use that running game, and for the most part he had a couple of nice runs in the second half, but you guys really kind of contained him in the pocket. Can you talk about the execution of that for your defense?
Yeah, that was really our plan. Coach Collicott and his defensive line did a fantastic job with it, and we're going to have to do it again tomorrow. We're going to have to do it again against this guy coming up here, but they did a good job. I think he gets one draw that kind of, we were too far upfield, that they ran it, and really good timing for them. They waited all the way to about the middle of the third quarter to run it, but we need to keep him in the pocket, and for the most part we did, and we forced him to throw. Now he's a terrific quarterback, and he made some killer throws. There's some throws that you watch that game and you're just like, are you serious? He throws one over Ryan Daines. Ryan Daines is 6'3". He puts his arms up. That's like 8 feet, and the receiver's literally right behind Ryan Daines, and he drops it in there somehow, some way. So some of the throws you tip your hat, but really pleased with our defensive line and the pressure they were able to bring.
As far as that second half, you kind of talked about a little bit of a snowball effect, kind of with the offense and defense. Some of those intermediate routes were kind of the ones they were kind of hitting you on. Was that a scheme thing, not trying to get beat over the top, or was that some execution as well?
I think in some parts, we knew they had really fast receivers on the outside. That slot receiver, number 11, Austin, I think it's Austin Stager, he is a phenomenal player, has been for a really long time. And then they got in Trey Teslap, they have some really good speed at the receiver position, which, speed that I don't know if we've seen that type of speed. It was kind of some parts of let's stay back, let's stay off, let's play cover 3, let's play a little bail. And so that kind of opened up the intermediate and tried to really force Kobe Berghammer to make the right read. And he did. And credit to him, he did at some throws. And then we were just enough able to make one play. And that's really what it comes down to with Cade's interception, able to make one play to finish that game.
With Ryan, obviously just a weapon on special teams with his leg, were you going for a certain yard line when you started that drive? Were you looking for touchdown, or kind of take us through your mindset on that last drive, kind of what your plan was?
No, well, we obviously we had the wind. We had the we know we have the leg strength. It wasn't a specific yard line. Like, we knew 50. We've seen it. Like, we know he can hit those, but obviously you wanted to make it a little easier, and that's where it was kind of a tricky situation with play calling and on the third down, because we get into about 3rd and 15, and gosh, we would have liked 8 more yards at least to kind of make that more manageable. We were also trying to get to a certain hash, so we were trying to do some of that stuff, and so it was a tough play call. We didn't really want to run it because we weren't sure if we were going to get enough. They were doing some really good movement up front, canceling out some gaps, and so we didn't want to put us behind schedule. So it was a tough play call. They had their one timeout left, so we were trying to. Hey, we wanted to burn that, so we don't want to just throw a pass and it falls incomplete, and then they got one timeout to turn this thing around. So there's a lot kind of going on, and Coach McGuire's in the box, and thankfully we had some good communication on that, and the screen didn't work the way we thought it was going to work, and but thankfully Ryan was able to come in and boot that.
One more note about your quarterbacks. Both of them played really well for most of the game, and a lot of big plays. The big 40-yard pass to Matthias Enters end of the third quarter, I thought, really kind of swung things back towards you guys. What was the overall performance of your quarterbacks?
I thought that's the best they played. I thought that both of them were, I think you said it, they were on. Like, they were just on. Like, I don't know. Credit to Coach McGuire, credit to them. They understood everything, and what a lot of people don't see is they have a lot of checks they have to make in the run game. And their checks were almost at times more impressive than their throws. And I know people say, well, that's weird. He had a great throw here. Kate had a great throw here. Kai had a great, and they did, yes, no doubt. But some of the checks that they made against a defense that's kind of unconventional. Not that they're 3-4, but they kind of hang loose with everybody, and they do a lot of gap cancellation. And to be able to see some of the stuff that they were checking to is awesome. And obviously credit to those guys and the chemistry that they have with Coach McGuire. And I just feel like all three of those guys, as they have been the whole season, are just on the same wavelength.
River Falls coming up tomorrow, and a team that took Whitewater to the brink last week, obviously down by 21 at the half, but coming back. What do you have to do to kind of limit their explosive playmaking ability as well?
Yeah, they're a fantastic football team. If you look at their schedule, they have 3 losses, but they have 2 losses to top 10 teams by 3 points. They have a loss to another, at 1 point was ranked, and in Platteville by 3 points. This is a team, man, that just really plays hard. They play really physical. They play really fast on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they are really, their defensive line, I can't say enough good things about the way they play. Their linebackers in the box, and then obviously to back it up with the back end of a tremendous corner, a tremendous safety. They have some really good players on defense. They play I don't think, and that's what he does such a good job of on defense. They don't play anything all that complex, but they get their kids to play really, really fast. And when you have the talent like they do, it makes it a really aggressive defense. And then, on the offensive side of the ball, you talk about playing fast. That's all we're going to see. They are getting a snap. They are snapping the ball with 32 seconds on the play clock. They are literally, the play gets over, they're snapping the next one. So their tempo that they move at is extremely fast. They have we talked about Kobe Berghammer. We're going to see basically Kobe Berghammer 2.0, I guess. It's a different runner where Kobe's probably, a little bit longer of a strider and maybe a little bit, I don't know if they're fast. They're both really, really fast. But Mr. Blaha here is going to be really shifty. And he runs quarterback power and quarterback run game. He's the second leading rusher in the conference. His ability, he's just got that shiftiness. It's like a running back / receiver that you're trying to tackle inside the tackle box, which is a really unique player. And then he has the ability to extend plays, and he's got a terrific arm with guys on the outside that are huge. We're going to see 6'3", 6'4", 6'6". all game here. Huge guys that he knows he can get the ball to, and he puts it right on the money with them. And we're going to have our hands full again on defense.
Going to be a fun one here this afternoon. We'll have Terry's Keys to the Game and Kickoff coming your way next. This is college football on W.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
If you're a sports fan, you can't afford to miss the Dan Patrick Show on WKTY. My dad went to a bar called the Pleasure Inn. And it was just a bar. And we'd sit there, and my brothers, I'd have a Fanta orange, and we'd play bumper pool. I was probably 7 or 8.
Attaboy.
And I'm bellying up to the bar.
The best.
Yep. And my dad would be there, and he'd walk in. They go, "Hey, Jack, how are you?" He'd go, "Give me a beer and a hook." To this day, when I say to my brothers, "Hey, how about a beer and a hook?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all in." Yeah, Paul.
Remember that first time your dad cracked like a Hams and let you just sip the foam off the top? And, all right, give it back. You know, that old thing.
No, it was always bad beer. It was Blatz, Wiedemann.
Well, I don't know that Hams was considered.
Well, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
I'm not sure that was like the filet mignon of beers.
Right. Don't miss the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
I'm Bill White with Maxwell White Plumbing.
And I'm Jim from SignPro. Bill had a really big project for us.
We run about 11 to 12 trucks. We have large trucks. Our trucks are 14-foot box trucks. They're big.
And that's not all.
And they've got toolboxes on the sides.
There's a lot of detail on those trucks, but my guys love a challenge.
It was actually easy for us. They had a tough job. They had to make it fit.
Putting graphics on your fleet can be a big job, but it's a great investment.
It's an investment worth making. It happens all the time. We're at a neighbor's house doing work. The next thing you know, the neighbor calls and says, "Hey, you're working at my neighbor's today. When can you get to my house?"
So, Bill, Maxwell White has been a successful business for a long time. Any words of advice?
Be bold. Stick out. Don't go cheap. And if you want people to see it, you got to have something that opens their eyes.
Go to a pro. Sign Pro. 7823456.
When you feel that crispness in the air, it can only mean one thing. You're ready for football at Nutbush City Limits. Catch college and NFL games at Nutbush all season long. The only thing better than the crispness in the air is a cold beer touching your lips. Get domestic buckets for just $11 at the Bush, or grab yourself a 2-topping pizza with a domestic pitcher for only $22. When you're ready for some football, go to Nutbush City Limits. New building, same old bar. Come as you are, off Highway 35 and Onalaska to Nutbush City Limits.
This is why you work so hard to pay the mortgage. Because home is more than 4 walls and a roof. It's that porch swing on a summer evening. It's everybody over for Sunday dinner. And your family sleeping in their own beds at night. Making Home Affordable is a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov.
Good night, Mama.
This is why. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon. Just got a rendition of the national anthem from the Screaming Eagles marching band. Terry, as we get closer to kickoff here, what are your keys to the game for an Eagle victory over the Falcons?
Well, we talked in the pregame about the fact that the tempo of the Falcons is at a new level, a high level. Unlike what we saw with the Falcons under Mike Farley when they would run the wishbone against Roger Herring. By the way, one of my favorite matchups back when those two were the head coach. So controlling the tempo, how do you do that? Well, how do you slow a team down that just has 90 snaps per game? Well, you certainly make them play behind the sticks. You take away their key plays, and you 3 and out. So it's possession basically. It's hard-nosed football, like Coach Chris taught when he was a defensive coordinator. I think special teams will be on display too. Where does the offense start their possession? Sometimes it's underestimated how important field position is after a punt or after a kickoff. Do you go 80 yards, 70 yards, whatever it is? I think that is a key. Ball security. I mean, it stopped raining now, but certainly ball security will be something both coaches will focus on. And then finally, I think the adjustments by both teams. Both teams self-scout. Both teams look at tendencies. But what kind of adjustments do these two head coaches with their assistants make during the game? And that really is relying on the eye in the sky. Coaches that are up in the booth next to us, eliminating predictability, recognizing change and all that kind of stuff. So, and both of them know the importance of this game. Both coaches, I think the landmark, the key for their success is recruiting very high-profile players. You're going to see tremendous athletes on display. So how many of them, the players from the neck up, will they react in this big game? Some players do, others don't. So hopefully we'll see a tremendous amount of talent here this afternoon.
Coin toss coming up in just a matter of moments here. It's going to be deferred by River Falls, and UWL will receive. So it'll be UWL receiving the opening kickoff, going from right to left as you watch on our video feed. On WKTYSports.com/video.
Years ago, Drew, teams would win the toss, they would always take the ball. And I think it's evolved and transitioned into teams that now win the toss, they want to go on defense right away.
Well, you take a look at all the 2-for-1 opportunities, end of the half, getting the football out of the locker room and getting a touchdown that way as well. I mean, so you're right. I mean, it's gone from sending a message, creating a statement early in the game to all of a sudden, possessions are valuable.
Exactly.
If you can get 2 in a row, coming into the break, coming out of the break, it's obviously proved to be very beneficial for a lot of these teams that are successful.
Yeah, rain has not diminished my enthusiasm for this game. I've been thinking about it since on the way home from Oshkosh last week. But for those, congratulations to all those fans that are, I would call warriors in the stands that are here in spite of the rain. And welcome to all those fans watching, listening for a spectacular Division III game here this afternoon.
Should be a fun one here today. Taking a look at the kick returners for the UWL Eagles. It is number 7 for the Eagles, Max Stubendick, alongside Tyler Stoltenberg. The 2 return men back at about the 3-yard line or so. Actually, number 28, Tyler Stubendick. So both Stubeniks currently the return men for UWL. And so here is the run of the kick for River Falls. We're underway from La Crosse this afternoon. It's going to be into the end zone. Tyler Stoltenberg takes it out across Stubenik takes it out across the 20 and finally is wrapped up at the 23-yard line. So good return there by Stubenik. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Good open field tackle by Ty Falstead, a defensive back from Abbotsford. There's a basketball school for you, making the opening tackle for the Falcons.
And game time temperature 43 degrees, wind 8 miles an hour from the north. Feels like 38 degrees here on a little bit of a cloudy and gloomy day in La Crosse. But if the Eagles are able to get a win, much more positive vibes coming out of Roger Herring Stadium this afternoon. Cade Garcia, opening drive for him. 3 receivers out to the right side, none left. Shotgun in the backfield. Stutzman to the right of him. They will hand it to Stutzman. Big hole left side of the line, in across the 25 out to the 28-yard line. So nice pickup there on the first play from scrimmage. It's going to be a 5-yard pickup.
We talked about the effectiveness of that UWL offensive line, all-conference. Alex Bongers making a key block on that first play of the afternoon.
6-yard pickup there. Say officially he was on the 22 when the drive started. Pistol formation in the backfield. Will Yostin, the tight end on the right side of the line. 2 receivers out to the right as well. Cade Garcia takes the snap. Hands it off right behind him. It is Stutzman. He's going nowhere, back to the line of scrimmage and sandwiched between a couple of Falcons.
Well, he's going nowhere because right in front of him, number 90, Drew Hahn, all-conference. And that is one of the players to watch here this afternoon. 6'1", 275-pound junior. Matt Janish said that he is a load to block.
He definitely is, and he proved it that play. So 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Eagles. Big down here early in this game. 3 receivers right and 1 left. Shotgun in the backfield. Garcia looking over this Falcon defense. Sends a man closer to the line of scrimmage. That's Ryan Bartle. 3-step drop for Ryan. Keeps backing up over the crossing route. Complete to Stubenik. Stubenik takes a hit at the 31-yard line. He's going to be short. He needed 4. He got 2. And we'll see what the Eagles do here, but likely going to have to bring out the punting unit for the first time this afternoon.
Well, you're right. An under route, intermediate route for Stubendick, who has 27 catches, 3 touchdowns, and you might see a different approach to punting here this afternoon. It looks like Krieger's in.
Yep.
But I know they've worked on a couple different formations with Heltebrand punting also.
So Krieger will be the punter at this particular moment. Here's the snap. Good protection. They get it away. It's a spiraling punt that kind of angles to the sideline, and that was not the greatest for Ryan Krieger. And it'll be pretty good field position for River Falls coming up.
I think he tried a directional kick, but it didn't get any distance to it.
The wind is going to be definitely a major factor in this one today, whether down the field passes or obviously kicking game. So depending on where the wind is blowing from, that side of the field is going to be a nightmare, so to speak.
You know that with
the
that
offense.
New building in front of us to the east, it kind of has created more of a wind tunnel.
Yeah,
in
that's a good
facility.
Point. 3 receiver set here. Caleb Blaha in the pistol formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Now the running back goes into the shotgun formation. Blaha goes over the middle, complete on a comeback route. That's number 6 for the Falcons. First catch for Mason Van Zeeland, and it's a 1st and 10.
Right in front of Cade Osborne. Now watch the play clock. This is going to be interesting because, again, within 8 seconds, tempo.
Number 13, Michael Krieger goes out in motion, out of the flat. Blitz is on, missing the sack that time of the Eagles, but they throw it away. Does Caleb Blaha, pressure right on his face immediately.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because Josh Dorsner, the all-conference 33 tackles during the season. One of my favorites was right there.
2nd down and 10. 3 receivers right and 1 left. Shotgun in the backfield. Empty set for Caleb Blaha. A little bit of a high snap. Quarterback draw for him. Good patient running there. Finally, he is ripped down at the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play brings up 3rd down and 6.
A designed quarterback draw, trying to get behind their all-conference offensive blocker, Ethan Sigler.
3 receivers set this time. Krieger now lines up on the right side in the shotgun formation. Design roll out to the right side for Blaha. He's going to underhand it. Incomplete. A dangerous pass, but if he would have made it happen, that would have been an amazing pass. Jack Kelly all over him, and he just let the football go underhanded.
Jack Kelly, an all-conference Plover High School graduate. Actually, Stevens Point graduate, living in Plover.
4th down and 6. They're going to keep the offense out on the field. 3 receivers right and 1 left. Blaha, lone set in the shotgun formation. Couple extra tight ends in there for blocking as well. 12:06 to go, first quarter. No score from Roger Herring Stadium. Blaha doesn't drop back, goes over the middle, complete, breaking a tackle there, and inside the 15 to the 12-yard line is Luke Cush, their main target, and it's a 1st and 10 inside the Eagle red zone.
Jeez, wide open, right in front of Aaron Schmitz, the safety from Quantico.
So we talked about kind of the intermediate routes and the defense kind of having to snuff those out. A couple of pass completions so far in this one. Here's Blaha right up the gut, finally hit at the 5-yard line, 3 yards shy of a 1st and 10, 2nd and 3.
Talk about a guy to keep your eyes on. Blaha, a total of 28 touchdowns out of the 49 that the Falcons have scored.
And off this time, it's Krieger. Krieger doesn't like the hole he had initially, then bounced to another hole, and still not a whole lot, maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Several Eagle hats on the ball, including number 25, Aaron Schmitz.
Schmitz with his first tackle of the afternoon. 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left. Shotgun in the backfield. Krieger to the right of Blaha. High snap. Blaha is able to handle it, and he is going to be close to a 1st down. I believe he has it. But that far side official might not be giving him a very favorable spot. We'll have to see.
Despite the bad snap, I think it was a design quarterback keeper up the middle.
And the middle official there in the middle is going to give him the 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 2. River Falls threatening on their first possession. They started at the 47 of UWL. 2 receivers right and 1 left. Handoff is to Krieger up the middle, and he's going to lean forward off the top of an Eagle defender and get in for the touchdown. So on the first possession of the game, River Falls has taken a 6-0 lead. 10:59 to go, first quarter.
Good block by Alex Klecker from River Falls High School, making a great block on, and Justin Peros.
And the kicker for the Falcons, Justin Scherbel, the 6'1 freshman. About set to try to make this a 7-0 game. Eagles blocked 2 extra points. Cade Osborne specifically blocked 2 extra points in the last game against Oshkosh. See if he's got number 3 in him in 2 weeks. It's the snap, high kick, and it is good. And so the River Falls Falcons put the Eagles in a hole early, 7-0. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
Did you see what I was wearing today?
Honey, can you come here?
I gotta go.
And bring towels.
Wow, Mom, it looks like a Demogorgon died in here.
My chia seed and coconut smoothie exploded. What's a what?
Don't worry about it.
Gorgon?
Hey, like you always say, good thing we got that tile from Sealands. Cleanup's easy, right?
Sealands Flooring, carpeting, hardwood, and tile in Coon Valley, where the #1 priority is you.
That was quick. So tell me about this Gorgon thing.
Okay, so it's 1983.
It's reassuring having somebody come into your home that knows what they're doing.
You need electrical work done, but it's impossible when the electrician won't call back. So call Mr. Electric. Get an answer and someone who knows what they're doing. Finally, expert electrical service, no matter the job. Get a firm quote on the spot, a complimentary home checkup, and chances are work will be done the same day.
Expert electrical service, Mr. Electric.
Welcome back to high school football. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon. Dustin Kriske getting set to kick this one away. Tyler and Max Stuminek back to receive the kick, and that's going to go over everybody's head into the back of the end zone and into the track area. So the Eagles will start at their own 25 for their second possession.
Well, for the Falcons, it all started with good field position and efficiency. Capitalize on 4th down, made it look easy on their very first possession.
9 plays, 50 yards, over a minute 54. Krieger with a 2-yard touchdown run to finish it off. 7-0. River Falls on top. Eagles have really started fast in the last 2-3 weeks. A little bit of an unfamiliar situation here, at least recently. They line up shotgun formation with Hilterbrand, the quarterback, 1 receiver left and 3 right. Fake handoff is to Stutzman. Wide open in the middle of the field. It's Max Stuminek, and he has a 1st and 10 for the Eagles maybe that gained some momentum for UWL.
He did play action, just a hitch route, came back for it, and as you said, an easy first down, moved the chains.
So they go no huddle. Look to the sideline for the play call. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Shotgun to the backfield again. Hilterbrand, Stutzman off to his right side. 10:38 to go first quarter. 7-0 River Falls on top. 3-step drop here for Kaiser. Has time in the pocket. Now it is going to collapse. He's going to run for it. Nice juke move, and now he carries a defender and leans forward for enough for a first down. What a run there for Kaiser Hilterbrand. And it's going to be another chain mover.
That's what he brings that maybe Garcia doesn't. That's what is so effective about the Blue Goals. You and I broadcast that game, and certainly a key touchdown was Jackson Flopmeyer running the ball.
2 receivers head out to the right side. Pistol this time in the backfield. Will Yost in the H-back on the play. Actually, that's Michalowski. My apologies. Ben Michalowski in there for blocking. Here is the handoff to Joey Stutzman, left side. And had a hole initially. Good flowing defense for the second level of the Falcons. It's going to be second down at about 7.
Ben Hildebrand from Highland Ranch. We talked about him, Colorado, with a great block on the left side.
Conrad Ging, the sophomore defensive back from Buckeye, Arizona, getting up the stop there. Playing safety here this afternoon. 1 receiver off to each side of the formation. Pistol in the backfield. Kaiser awaits the snap. Ball at midfield. And he will take the snap, turns and hands it off to Stutzman, getting to the corner, and he breaks through an ankle tackle. Good juke move to the inside, and he gets about 7 on the play, close to a first down. He might be a yard shy.
That's why he's the leading rusher in the WIAC, because not only is he able to follow his running lanes, but he's able to deviate and escape the first defender and get additional yards.
So officially in River Falls territory. It'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up. Got to get to the 43 for a new set of downs. 2 receivers out to the right side. Going to be 1 to the left. Tight end left side of the line, rather. Double tight end set that way. Kaiser, a receiver. Running back to his left, that's Joey Stutzman. Hilterbrand takes the snap. Goes over the middle, incomplete. And false start penalty is actually going to save the Eagles for having to get a 4th down there. False start on the play.
Exactly, and just not really well thrown and intended for the number 0.
Matthias enters.
He's improved every single game. 24 catches, 4 touchdowns.
It's tough to tell, Terry. I think that just might have slipped, and Hilterbrand's hand just kind of came out. The release was a little bit strange, but nevertheless, it is going to be 3rd down and 6 now. 3 receivers right and 2 left, and we got whistles and a timeout called by River Falls. Didn't like something, the alignment that they were in. And we will take a quick 30-second break as well. We're back for this really important 3rd down coming up next. This is college football on WKTY.
There's a pizza joint on George Street. Seems like it's always been there. You look in the window, you see them preparing the dough, adding fresh, made-in-house sauces, non-stop toppings. Then it's some quality time in the oven till the cheese is golden brown and the crust is cracker crisp. That pizza joint on George Street is T. Joe's Pizza. Come get a taste of the tradition. T. Joe's Pizza, carry out and delivery. Because 7 days without pizza makes 1 week. T. Joe's Pizza in La Crosse.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon. Streaming live on WKTYSports.com/video, the WKTY app, and around River City on Roku and Apple TV as the Eagles come up with a 3rd down and 6 here.
Passing situation. I'm watching the 2 best linebackers in the conference, Kelvin Rosine and Caleb Johnson, who specialize in the stunt. Let's see if they do that on 3rd down.
3 receivers right, 1 bunched up to the left. Now they send Stumendick out to the flat as well. 2 receivers left, 3 right. Empty set here for Kaiser Hilterbrand. Kaiser lofts a pass deep down the left sideline. Trying to keep his feet in bounds is Stumendick, but I don't think he's able to. I think the ball kind of juggled else well as he hit the ground.
Needed another 2 or 3 yards to complete that. Just a streak route down the sideline. Both officials trailing him, looking to see if he kept both feet in bounds, and he didn't.
4th down and 6 coming up. Again, they'll send out Krieger for the second punt of the afternoon. I haven't seen a whole lot of Krieger these last few weeks, which is a good sign. And
it is a good sign. Of course, Sean Parker.
We were talking about,
who's watching from Colorado.
And here is
the best kicker the Eagles have ever had.
Nice punt there as it curls into the 10-yard line, make it the 9-yard line, and that's going to be a great special teams play there for Krieger. And it'll be first down and 10 right there. We always talked about with Sean Parker, they had to make up ways for him to get into the game with holding for extra points or whatever the case is, because he had such a long streak and they wanted to continue it. So
yeah, he watched a lot of games like we do and never got in the game, but great directional punt that time by Krieger.
Definitely was. 2 receivers going to be lined up to each side here. Blaha alone in the shotgun formation at the 10-yard line of River Falls. Receiver goes in motion from left to right. Here's a quick bubble screen set up, and good job of the Eagles to recognize it and shut it down rather quickly there. And Andy Grosvenor with his first catch of the afternoon, the senior, is 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, great read by the Eagles on that particular play. First guy getting there, number 52.
Terps receivers left, 1 right. Handoff is to Krieger. He is met immediately and driven back. Great run defense by the Eagles. Brings up a 3rd down at about 4 coming up.
Jaden Stovall, first guy to meet him, linebacker from St. Paul Park, Minnesota.
Into the game, Tim Owen. It'll be a pistol formation here. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Owen goes in motion out to the flat. Now he'll go back to the backfield. Eagles hold their water defensively. 7:20 to go first quarter. 7-0 River Falls on top and have their second possession right now. And here is the draw play to Owen. Owen is hit after about a 1-yard gain. He's going to be short by a yard at the 19-yard line. And we'll see. It looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit.
Right into the teeth of the UWL defense, and A.J. Spikala from Muskego was the first guy to meet him.
That's a dangerous proposition going right into the teeth of the defense of UWL. And that time it came back to haunt him, as it's going to be the return man, number 28, Tyler Stubenik, at the 40-yard line of UWL, getting ready to receive this punt. Creed Tim, the punter, going to boot this one away. And here is a lot of pressure. No penalty flag. Stubenik calls for a fair catch at the 39-yard line. They almost had another block there, Terry, and they almost had another running into the kicker almost.
They work on it all week long, but fortunately, I think he deflected and touched the ball. Otherwise, it would have been a penalty.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you have any part of the ball, you can essentially, it's free reign on the punter, but he did hit the ground. No penalty did come out, so obviously some sort of contact with the football from his hand. But the rush was definitely on.
Yeah, the official right there indicating that he had touched the football.
So Cade Garcia back in at quarterback, 2 receivers off to the left side and 1 to the right, shotgun to the backfield. Ball at the Eagle 40-yard line. And off is to Joey Stutzman as he lowers his shoulder and drags a couple of defensive linemen for a ride for about 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Not much there, was it? Right in the middle of the Falcon defense.
In there partially for the stop, number 51. That is Isaiah Carrolls, the sophomore linebacker. 2nd and 7 officially at the 43-yard line. 2 receivers out to each side. Garcia in the shotgun. Stutzman off to his right. Looking over this Falcon defense, maybe changing the play. Takes the snap, play action fake. Looking down the right sideline for Cam Sorensen, trying to do a one-handed catch. Basically over the defender's body, but just too tight of coverage there. It's 3rd down and 7.
Great coverage. The ball should have been thrown a little higher. Do we have a penalty on this play, too?
Yep, at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like we're going to send the Eagles back.
Yeah, targeting Cam Sorensen on a streak route down the sideline.
So it looks like an eligible man downfield or holding. It's going to be holding penalty. At the 33-yard line officially is where they'll mark it.
Cam Sorensen, 16 catches, 4 touchdowns. He's only 4 short of the record, having 26 career touchdowns. Needs 4 in order to tie that record.
So they will take the penalty yardage, and Eagles will have 2nd down now and 17. 3 receivers left and 1 right. Garcia in the shotgun. Turns, hands it off to Stutzman. Good job by him to get what he can there. Not a whole lot in the middle. He gets about 4 or 5. It's 3rd down and 13.
No, not much running room at all. Jack Helsey is 6'4", 250-pound senior defensive lineman making the stop.
5.5 minutes to go first quarter. kind of a sleepy game so far for the Eagles energy-wise. Defense kind of got their legs underneath them with that last drive, but offense has yet to wake up. 2 receivers off to each side of the formation. Shotgun in the backfield. Garcia with Stutzman off to his right on a 3rd down and 13. Garcia, 5-step drop. Nobody comes open. He steps up into the pocket. Still keeps his eyes down the field, but he just had to get rid of it there. Stumendick, the closest one to it, but that was just basically a throwaway. It's 4th down and 13.
Just had good cover, good protection. Just couldn't find an open receiver.
So it'll be a punt for the Eagles again. And another 3 and out for UWL's offense. We'll see if Ryan Krieger's 3rd punt can equal his 2nd punt and not his 1st punt. 5:02 to go here in the 1st quarter. 7-0 River Falls. They'll get the football back here in just a few moments. Here's the snap for Krieger. Good protection. They get it away. High spiraling punt. Fair catch called for and taken at the 13-yard line. Great punt there by Krieger. Michael Brown had to back up about 15 yards to make that catch.
Great punt, good hang time, good coverage, and the whole package on that particular play.
Yep, want to get them inside the 20-yard line if at all possible, which is what they do there. So if nothing else, you flip the field, make them go 87 yards if they want to get another touchdown. 2 receivers off to the left side and 2 to the right. Shotgun in the backfield here. Blaha will be empty. Just him and his lonesome self. 4:55 to go in the 1st quarter. Sends a man in motion from right to left. Now 3 left, 1 right. 3-step drop for Blaha. They set up the wide receiver screen, and the Eagles read it perfectly. Ryan Daines all over it there, going nowhere. It's 2nd down and 10.
Ryan Daines just spying him to the outside, and Ryan Daines certainly proving one of the best linebackers in the conference. 38 tackles going into this game.
TJ Little with the catch. He got dumped for no gain on the play. 4 receiver set this time. 3 left, 1 right. Tight end lined up right side of the line. Blaha again alone in the shotgun formation. Caleb Blaha, the sophomore. Pocket continues to collapse on him. Fires out to the left side, the right side rather, and a great hit, knocking the defender back. And that looked like Cade Osborne again. And they pick up about 5 yards.
Cade Osborne, the hero from last week, seeing his check down receiver on that, getting some moderate yardage.
Catch made by Brody McKnight, the 6'4", 230-pound sophomore tight end for River Falls. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They send a man in motion from right to left, now 2x2. Handoff is up the middle, going nowhere here. It's going to be a 3 yards shy of a 1st and 10. They ran Little again, and he had little to no room to run. And it's 4th and 3.
Excuse me, Ryan Daines again, the first guy to meet him with help from Jack Kelly.
So Daines will not be in the TJ Little fan club. A couple of big tackles on this drive on him.
Well, the Eagles look like perhaps getting good field position again. See if they can convert.
Had it at the 40-yard line the last possession. We'll see if the Eagles can get some more pressure on this one as well. I think it was deflected again. Low kick. Either way, Tyler Studendick's going to get away from it. And it's going to take a roll to the 41 of UWL. So another great field position opportunity for the Eagles. Offense with Kaiser Helterbrand coming out. We'll have to kind of get in gear a little bit.
The pressure affected that kick, no question about it. His rhythm was affected. Wasn't able to get any height to it. And the Eagles with good field position.
3:01 to go here in the 1st quarter. And this is something that Coach Janis talked about, in previous interviews about getting off to a hot start, a fast start. Just now what we're seeing right now, not a whole lot of spunk or energy. Might have to do with the weather or what have you, but going to have to start creating that yourselves. 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left. Shotgun for Kaiser Helterbrand. Stutzman off to his right. And here is the play action fake. Helterbrand goes deep down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Looking for Matthias Enters. It looked like the cornerback had his hand inside the jersey, but no call. It's 2nd down and 10.
Good coverage. Aaron Borgerding. Of course, we know who his older brother is from Stout.
Yep, Sean Borgerding.
Gave us all kinds of problems last week. His uncle, by the way, is Mark Thomas, the former head women's coach at Stout.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 after the shot play on first down of this drive. 2 receivers off to the right side. Yost and the H-back in the backfield on the right side of the line. Here's the snap. Play action fake again. Helterbrand, an out pattern to the right side this time. Once again, one-on-one coverage. It is dropped by Sorensen at the last second, but I think they're going to get a penalty flag for pass interference.
Sorensen had it too, but
yeah, he did.
It was stripped out of his hands. Good defense that time by number 22, Michael Brown, a defensive back from Chaska, Minnesota.
So that'll be an automatic first down with the penalty flag in the secondary. And Brown guilty of the penalty there.
Be a fun matchup watching Michael Brown versus Sorensen. 7 interceptions. And then Dylan Brown, the 2 Brown boys, 6 pass breakups.
Yep. It's a really good secondary. Coach Janis talked about that in our pregame interview. That the quarterback's going to have to be judicious with taking care of the football, taking their shots when they can, but not giving River Falls and this explosive offense any more opportunities than absolutely necessary. 2 receivers off to the left side and 1 to the right. Pistol formation in the backfield. Here is the play action fake. They set up the wide receiver screen. Ryan Bartle is buried in the backfield. Loss of 2 brings up second down and 12. Defense not fooled there.
Dangerous pass, too. Almost intercepted. The defense reacted to that extremely well. Michael Brown jumped the route. Created all kinds of havoc with that screen.
Lost 2 on the play. Second down and 12 coming up. 2:20 to go in the contest. First quarter. 3 receivers right and 2 left. Empty set here for Kaiser. As the Eagles go from right to left as you watch on our video feed. Kaiser takes the snap. Design quarterback draw. Able to get through the initial wall of defenders in the backfield. Now pinballs off the defender and gets to the 36-yard line. And that's going to bring up third down and about 3.
Kelvin Rosine tried to stop him. We talked about him in the pregame, the 6'2 senior linebacker, and ran right through that tackle almost to the first down marker.
So third down and 2. They have to get to the 34 for a first. 1:43 to go in the first. And trying to get any sort of momentum they can to kind of get the offense and the offensive line a little juiced up. Maybe that does it.
Down and distance shows you that possibly a run to Yostin's side. Let's see if they do that.
Here is Helterbrand. They'll use that left side of the line, and he is upended. He somehow hangs onto the football, gains about a yard on the play.
They ran away from Yostin.
Yeah.
The heavy side ran to the other side.
It's going to be fourth down and 1.
Dom Turner, only 5'9", making a great open field tackle, but the Eagles will go for it.
2 receivers out to the left side. Yost in the tight end, right side of the line. Pistol formation to the backfield. Helterbrand might be trying to draw the Falcons off sides.
A little hard count.
52 seconds to go in this first quarter. 7-0 River Falls.
Big
now shotgun
here.
Formation. Kaiser takes the snap, tries the middle, and good blocking. Springs him what he needs. Not a whole lot there, but that's the thing. You only need 1 yard, so if you get at least that, you're going to get your quarterback a first down, and that's what happened.
Noah Coleman with a great block. This 300-pounder from Wilmot helped get that first down.
Coleman, Hildebrand, Bongers, Greco, Bertoya. Been a great careers for all of those guys, and obviously all seniors. Been together quite a while. 3 receivers off to the right side, none to the right. Shotgun to the backfield. Stutzman off to the left of Kaiser Helterbrand. They will have Helterbrand going down the middle of the field. It's caught by Jack Studer, and he is into the end zone untouched for the touchdown, UWL.
Skinny post right down the middle, and Studer, as you said, wide open. His 5th touchdown and 10th catch of the season.
So the Eagles cut into the lead, now 7-6, 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And it'll be Ryan Byrne, the hero of last week's game, with a 51-yard game-winning field goal with a minute left to go, with a chance to tie it up.
Tied the all-time record of 51 yards set by Dewey Stendel from Westby, Wisconsin.
Snap, hold, kick on the way, and it is good. And so UWL ties it up with just under 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. We're back after this. This is College Football on WKTY.
If you like to talk smack, then don't miss the Jim Rome Show.
If a fighter loses by decision, he has to stand in the middle of the octagon while the sound system plays a thundering booming rendition of Finish Him, while the winner gets one shot on the loser. And to all those armchair virologists, take a pill. Why don't you weenies go back to baking bread or putting puzzles together? Sincerely, setting up a speakeasy CrossFit gym. Hoarding protein powder. Stimulus check fraud. Tap out.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays from 2 to 5 on WKTY.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY. Drew Kelly hitting Terry Erickson. 6 plays, 59 yards, 2 minutes, 48 seconds off the clock. 32-yard touchdown connection from Kaiser to Jack Studer. Gets back in the scoring column as far as his touchdowns are concerned. On up in the kick for Ryan Byrne. It's a ground ball down the middle of the field and picked up by an up man out across the 30 and runs over an Eagle defender. Then basically a giant scrum takes place. They still haven't blown the whistle. Lots of people banging and
Let's get
shoving each other back,
guys.
man.
That's the danger of those kind of kicks.
Yeah.
Those pooch kicks. You give them good field position to start the drive.
Number 25, the return man there, Isaiah Randall, the running back, 6 feet, 200 pounds from Wilson. Decent return. It's going to be 1st and 10 officially for the Falcons at their own 38-yard line with 3 seconds remaining.
Where's Wilson?
No idea. 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left, and off up the middle, and a nice job by Krieger to bounce off a couple of arm tackles, and he dives ahead to the 48-yard, make it the 44-yard line, and that's a pickup of about 6.
Jeez, poor tackling. Ran through 2 Eagle tacklers and got good yardage.
And they'll be able to fix that, and they will, I'm sure, and other opportunities to cash in on as we start the second quarter in 60 seconds. Quick break, and we'll be back after this. This is College Football on WKCY.
Midwest Family Entertainment.
At Midwest Family Entertainment, we make weddings fun. I'm Brittany Stiles, the manager of Midwest Family Entertainment, and I can't wait to meet you. The music for your wedding is super important, so we'll cover our DJ services, how you can capture all the memories with our photo booth, make it personal with our custom wedding decor, light projection, dance floor decals, uplighting. Head to MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com and click on reservations so we can get planning.
MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com.
Now at Menards, save big money on your home with 11% off everything. Make sure you and your family are always breathing safe, clean air in your home with DuPont air filters. DuPont air filters can reduce harmful airborne particles by up to 96%. Menards carries a variety of air filter sizes in stock, all 11% off, so you can breathe easier today. Good through November 6th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back to Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon. We'll give you some first quarter stats when we get a moment, but we have 2nd down and 4 coming up here for the Falcons. 2 receivers off to each side. They send a tight end motion to the right side. That's McKnight. Here is the throw to the outside, incomplete. Krieger might have slipped on his route, and it's 3rd down and 4.
Not much running here in the first quarter. 26 yards for the Falcons and 47 for UWL.
The 4.7 average per carry. Joey 6 carries for 22 yards. Here is Blaha on a 3rd and 4. They send the running back out of the backfield, and he catches a pass out of the flat. It's going to be a 1st and 10. Somebody lost Krieger there on the assignment, and it brings up a 1st and 10.
Yeah, just a swing route out of the backfield and an easy catch. Riley Christensen on the coverage.
5 receiver set this time. 3 right, 2 left. 2-step drop, firing incomplete. Would have been about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Krieger could not come up with a catch. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Danes there, along with Tate Pitcher from Somerset.
Not a whole lot of running room after the would-be catch, but might have been a little bit gun-shy given the contact that Ryan Danes has been handing out to running backs so far. 5 receiver set again. Empty set for Blaha. 3 receivers left, 2 right. And here's a 3-step drop. Now rolling out to the right side is Blaha, keeping his eyes down the field. It's floated, and it's intercepted on the play. Kate Osborne with another pick. He's out across the 35, and he's finally ridden down at the UWL 38-yard line.
Cade Osborne again comes through. His third interception of the year, 35 tackles, good for him. And somebody misbehaved.
Yep.
And I think it's an Eagle because the penalty is right in front of the Eagles bench. Matt Janish says, "What did we do?"
You gotta be kidding me, is what he's saying, except a little probably more forcefully than that. And we'll see exactly where the penalty will be. It's after the play, obviously, so they're bringing out the offense. So if anything, it would be after the play, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
I see two flags, one in front of assistant coach Mike Anderson, one by Matt Janish.
Nope, yep, now I see that second one there. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Falcons and on the Eagles. So offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and it'll be first down and 10 for UWL.
Good way to eliminate the chatter.
Yeah.
Call one on each.
Coach Janis not liking their penalty, obviously, but
sometimes it's a reaction that you have to somebody else.
You just see a penalty, and number one, and you're like, what happened? And it's
sometimes a player will say something and another player responds, and then you know what happens? Both of them get it.
They usually catch the second guy, but in that time they caught both of them.
Yeah,
so it'll be
take the high road.
Yep.
Don't even react,
especially after you just got to pick. So two receivers off to the left side, one to the right, shotgun to the backfield. Stutzman off to the right of Cade Garcia. Eagles have a 7-7 tie, 14:24 to go in the first half. Cade going from left to right. Eagles offense is. Handoff is to Joey Stutzman, tries the middle of the field. Not much there, getting driven down after about a 3-yard gain there. Number 51 with a tackle. That was Isaiah Carrolls again. Second and 8.
Carrolls is just, talk about gap integrity, talk about like holding your ground. The Falcon defensive line, that forefront, pretty darn tough.
So one receiver set to each side. Yost in the tight end, left side of the line, shotgun of the backfield. Garcia looks to the sideline for the possible play call or audible. Pistol formation for now. Stutzman right behind Cade Garcia. Cade takes the snap, turns, takes the handoff, going deep down the right sideline for Cam Sorensen, and that is broken up, incomplete. Again, an excellent one-on-one coverage that time. It was number 19, and that was Dylan Brown on Cam Sorensen, and it's 3rd and 8.
Well, the best versus the best. Cam Sorensen, again, just a go route and was open by a step, but the ball slightly underthrown.
Yep.
Cam Sorensen would have had a big touchdown on that particular play.
13:41 to go in the first half. Live from Roger Herring Stadium. Eagles looking to go to 8-1 on the season. 2 regular season games left. This one and then Platteville next week. 3 receivers set out to the left side, 1 to the right, shotgun in the backfield. 3-step drop here for Garcia. They're trying to set up the screen, and the blitz just was too quickly on to Cade Garcia. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down and 8.
Talk about pressure right from the snap. Kyle Burkhart, who played his high school football at Holman, was right in his face. Remember that kid?
Yeah. He made some big plays.
Kid. Some Cooley region connections here.
So the 4th punt, I believe, for Krieger. He's been busier than he has been, as we mentioned, last month or so.
Andy Metcalf played 4 years for the Falcons, too, from La Crosse Logan, and ended up being all-conference.
Here's the punt by Krieger. He gets it away. High, end-over-end spiraling punt now. It's going to be a fair catch at the 11-yard line. And the hang time is just ridiculous here for Ryan Krieger.
Yes, well.
Last 2 of them have been fantastic.
Marshfield star in the high school level and converted quarterback to a kicker.
So 13:30 to go in the first half. 7-7 the score. River Falls will have it at their own 10-yard line. Field position has not been the greatest outside of that one where they converted a touchdown after the first 3 and out by the Eagle offense. Pistol formation in the backfield. Here is Caleb Blaha putting his man in motion to the left of him in the shotgun. 3-step drop. And now he steps up, and he steps right up into a sack by Jack Kelly back at the 6-yard line.
Stepped right into Jack Kelly. Jack Kelly's didn't really have a lot of pressure on him, but when he stepped up, it's like, you kidding me?
Thank you. All right, well, I'll take it. Easiest sack you'll have in this entire career, pretty much. Here is Blaha again, setting up the screen. Incomplete. Great job getting around his blocker to disrupt the play. Charlie Kramer and it's 3rd down and long.
Charlie Kramer, boy, he's emerging. Pat Wade, Charlie Kramer, and Eli Alt along with Schmitz. Pretty tough defensive backside for the Eagles.
3rd down and 14. Ball at the River Falls 6-yard line. Have to get to the 20 for a 1st and 10. 3 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Shotgun, empty set here for Blaha. He's into the own end zone and goes over the middle, complete. Finally ridden down at the 29-yard line. Number 0, that is Luke Cush, his 2nd catch of the afternoon, and it's a 1st and 10.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure on him on that, too. Check that, Jake Shara.
Yep.
Injured last week on the coverage.
So it's going to be 2 receivers set out to the right side, 1 to the left. Again, a shotgun formation. In the backfield with him is Tim Owen. Now they go into the pistol. Now back into the shotgun. And here is the design quarterback read option, and it's going to be a keeper by Blaha. He's got a head of steam into the secondary, across the 45, up the right sideline, finally ridden out of bounds at the UWL 44-yard line.
He's got to the edge, something the Eagles have worked on all week, protecting the edge, and shows his ability to run with the ball.
And just a great job on the perimeter as well to spring him.
10 touchdowns with his legs this year.
And it'll be Owen going in motion. Owen now back to the backfield. 3 receivers off to the left side and none to the right. It'll be a shotgun here for Blaha. Now they send Owen out to the right side. 4 receiver set, 3 left, 1 right. Blaha alone in the shotgun formation.
3 seconds on the play clock.
Yep. Just gets it off with 1 second to spare, and it's a great job by Kelly to drag him down from behind. That was a design quarterback draw, but Kelly says, not on my watch.
Kelly made 2 really good plays on this particular drive.
Good job there for the defensive lineman junior from Spash High School. It's going to be a 3 receiver set out to the right side. Now 4 receiver set. Owen goes that way as well. Blitz is on. Danes is going to try to get Blaha. He fires a pass complete to Cush, who gets crushed near the 1st down marker, but it's going to be about a yard shy.
Running for his life, but guess what? Good receivers see that, and they come back to help the quarterback, and that's what happened there.
My apologies, number 88. That was Ron Beauchamp. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1. Keeper here for Blaha. He just lowers his shoulder, and I believe he has enough for a 1st and 10. And you can see the rain has started to fall again here at UWL.
Right behind his offensive center, getting the 1st down.
1 receiver off to the left side, coming up, and 2 to the right. Shotgun to the backfield. Owen, the running back to the right of Blaha, right now in the shotgun. 11 minutes to go, 1st half. It's 7-7. Eagles and Falcons, top 25 matchup. Blaha looks to the sideline, possibly changing the play here. Send Owen out in motion to the left side. So 2 receivers out to each side. Blaha, the empty set in the backfield. 7 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. 3-step drop. Looking for somebody down the field. He finds his tight end, complete to the 31-yard line that time. Good coverage on the back end. It was Brody McKnight, his check down man, picks up a 4-yard gain.
Check down man wide open, a little cushion on the outside, and that is who he targeted.
Officially a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. 2 receivers right and 1 left. Lead option keeper, it is Blaha getting through an arm tackle, and now Eli Alt finally wraps him up from behind, but it's a 1st down for the Falcons, and that'll move the chains.
Well, we know how effective he is running the ball, and we know how crafty and how explosive and how durable he is.
So the Eagles will have to make some adjustments here as the clock continues to run inside of 10 minutes to go, 1st half. Been a defensive-oriented type of game so far. Now we've got whistles and a penalty flag. Somebody was not set. Might have been Owen going in motion. Did not stop and go back. And it'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Falcons.
Eagles using that opportunity to bring some personnel changes. You know, despite the fact that the tempo is at an all-time high for the Falcons, they have not had a lot of pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, it takes a lot of discipline, obviously, and a lot of knowing what you're doing. They must work on this about 50 million times in practice, just trying to get up to the line. And
well, that's coaching. That's just repetition. That's just discipline.
Making sure you're all set, ready to go. One receiver right, three left. Empty set for Blaha. A little bit of a low snap. He's able to handle it right up the middle. And he kind of gets bent backwards weirdly out to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of about 3. Should be second down and 12.
Again, a design quarterback draw right up the middle. And Jaden Stovall making the hit.
One receiver off to the right side, 3 to the left. Shotgun for Blaha. Looks to the right immediately and finds Cush. And a great tackle there. Number 25 for the Eagles, picking him up, slaying him down, Aaron Schmitz. And it's third down and 8.
Cush is dangerous. Get him in the open field. He 6 touchdowns.
And they will go no huddle again, trying to catch the Eagles defense off kilter here. One receiver right, 3 left again. Blaha whistles, and we might have another false start, and we do. So
this is what I'm talking about.
Just as we were talking about, Terry, it's tough.
The lack of pre-snap penalties by the Falcons. They have like 2 on this possession.
Announcer's jinx is 100% effective every time, as long as it's for them. UWL we'll see if they pin their ears back here or kind of just play softer coverage, but usually third down and 13 means a lot of blitzing.
A lot of an audience watching, listening, including Ken Cable, the former head basketball coach here, listening to us.
3-step drop here for Blaha. Has pressure. Kelly trying to catch him from behind. Then he floats a pass over the middle. Incomplete. Great hit on the play by Ryan Daines, forcing the ball out. It's fourth down and 12.
It was. Because of his hit from behind, it jarred the ball loose.
That might have been actually Eli Alt. I apologize. So Alt gets the pass deflection. Ryan Daines was right there in case he did get the first down or near the first down to bring him down.
Kate Osborne around him, too.
Yep.
Speaking of basketball, we talk about Ken Cable, who listens or watches almost every game.
Yep.
At halftime, we have a basketball cast. Kent Turnbuck.
Yes, we do. Looking forward to that interview with Terry Erickson. Timeout called by by UWL. And they will make sure they've got the right alignment for this fourth down and 14 at their own 27-yard line. Going to take a 30-second timeout. We're back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
Lacrosse, let's get ready to ride. It's the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Boot Barn Invitational, live at the Lacrosse Center, November 4th and 5th, 7:30 p.m. each night. It's the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Record-setting rides, bone-crushing action, and World Championship Cowgirls barrel racing. The first 300 kids get free cowboy hats. Don't miss the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Boot Barn Invitational, live at the Lacrosse Center, 7:30 p.m. each night. Tickets available at Lacrosse Center or PCBtour.com.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you this afternoon. 8:39 to go here in the first half. And this would be a nice stop to get as the Falcons are driving in this Eagle red zone.
The calls that Matt Janish made, he told me he didn't like some of his calls last week at Oshkosh, and he's going to look closer at his schemes. Let's see what he has here on fourth down.
This would be about a 45-yard field goal attempt. Instead, they will go for it. One receiver right, 2 left. Blaha blitzes on. He steps up, fires, intercepted on the play. Kate Osborne, his second pick, just floated it down the middle. Osborne with a return, and he tight ropes the left sideline, and he's out at about the 15 or so yard line, make it the 18-yard line.
It was intended for Mason Van Zeeland, the 6'4" sophomore from Kaukauna, but over his head.
And it almost looked like he was not expecting the football, Terry, because it looked like he had a step inside on Kate Osborne, and either Blaha and him just had a miscommunication about where that football should be thrown, or Van Zeeland did not expect it entirely, because Kate Osborne said, okay, I'll just take this, thank you very much, and that's his second interception.
Relatively good, clean pocket, too, to throw.
No, he did a nice job stepping up, and kind of looked a little bit hairy for a minute for the Eagles, but another great play by Kate Osborne. One receiver off to the right side, one to the left, shotgun to the backfield. Kaiser Helterbrand hands it off to Joey Stutzman. Actually a keeper by Helterbrand as he's going to hop over a defender trying the ankle tackle, and it's going to be a no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Like a little RPO himself, trying to get to the boundary side.
Nobody was fooled on the play. Everybody following Kaiser Helterbrand. That's the thing with his athleticism. Not going to be able to fool many more teams.
Can't fool Michael Brown, by the way.
No, he's been all over the place.
Yeah. Again, the Brown brothers, tough on defense for these Falcons. Michael and Dylan.
3 receiver set this time. 2 right, 1 left. Jack Studer, the lone receiver, out on the far side, left side. Shotgun in the backfield. Stutzman off to the right of Helterbrand. Fake the pitch to him, and it's going to be a design keeper run for the quarterback, Helterbrand. He picks up maybe 4 on the play. And that'll bring up 3rd down at about 7 or 6 or so.
We haven't seen that play before.
Nope.
Fake the toss to the wide side. I thought he was going to try to run behind Yostin to the boundary side, but he cut inside and there wasn't much running room.
Still seeing plays that are new, even in this part of the season. Last week we saw the fake kneel down go into the 40-yard pass play, which did not fool the Oshkosh Titans. That time the fake pitch play to Stutzman. And the quarterback draw play, which didn't really fool the Falcons here on this one. So 3rd down and 7:15 to go in the first half. 2 receivers off to the right side, 2 to the left, shotgun to the backfield. Kaiser Helterbrand all day in the pocket, fires, and that is complete. Jack Studer did a nice job putting his hands underneath the football, and it moves the chains for the Eagles.
Yeah, and of course the Falcons thought it hit the ground, but you have 2 officials right there saying, no, yep. That was a catch.
And that will be a new set of downs for the Eagles. Trying to maybe burn some time off this clock before the halftime break. It'll be River Falls getting the football back to begin the second half. Eagles lost the toss. River Falls deferred. 3 receivers out to the right side. Pistol in the backfield. Handoff is to Joey Stutzman. Big hole in the middle, and he is upended across the 35 to the 36-yard line. That's going to be a gain of at least 5 at 2nd and medium.
Certainly one of his best runs here this afternoon.
Yeah, they've been a little bit hit or miss as far as kind of the holes that Joey's been used to running through, but that one a nice gain. 6:20 to go first half, 2nd down and 4. Just got to stay ahead of the sticks, so to speak. Put yourselves in decent 2nd and 3rd down situations. 2 receivers right, 1 left, pistol in the backfield. Helterbrand hands it off to Joey Stutzman. He's buried in the backfield.
Jeez.
3 defenders for the Falcons in there on the stop, including, looks like, number 8. That was Andrew Schumacher, the linebacker. It's 3rd down and 6.
3 white jerseys right there. Not any running room at all that time for Stutzman.
So it'll be 3rd down and officially 6 to go. Ball on the Eagle 35-yard line. 2 receivers off to each side of the formation.
Passing situation, certainly.
Yep. Kaiser with Stutzman off to his right of the shotgun. He takes the snap, 3-step drop, looks over the middle. Now with protection breaks down, rolls out to the right side, and a nice catch on the play. It's going to be close to a 1st down. Matthias Enters having a great hands catch, high pointing the football, and that's going to move the chains for UWL.
High pointing is right. The ball thrown perfectly where the defender couldn't get it. And flushed out of the pocket, kept his poise. Impressive 1st down.
And that's one of those plays you kind of look back on the end of the game. Like that kept a drive alive that ended up scoring a touchdown. So we'll kind of put a pin in that. And that was a great job knowing where the sticks were as well. Getting that route to enough for a 1st down. 2 receivers off to the left side, none to the right. H back in the backfield on the right side, otherwise a shotgun. Kaiser, Stutzman off to his left. Handoff is to Joe, actually keeper by Helterbrand. Helterbrand is going to get banged down across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Another 6-yard gain. And some momentum here along the offensive line, starting to get these holes opened up more.
I like the play call on this possession by offensive coordinator Michael McGuire. That time faking a sweep to the boundary side and keeping it right up the middle.
3 receivers out to the left side, 1 to the right, shotgun in the backfield, making pistol in the backfield. Stutzman now goes into the shotgun. Off to the right. And here is the handoff to Stutzman, left side, trying to drag a defender, and he does. What a play by Joey Stutzman with the defender on his back. Somehow spins off him, and he's going to have another Eagle 1st down.
Well, good things come in small packages.
Frank Hartman tried to drag him down with all his might and could not bring down the 5'7", 190-pound senior.
Yeah, there's a lesson in keeping your legs moving and defying the first tackle. running through tackles, and he did that.
Two receivers off to the right side. Pistol in the backfield. A couple tight ends on the line as well for blocking. Kaiser takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Joey, has some time in the pocket, goes on the crossing route, complete. That was Dustin Schultz who makes the catch at the 40-yard line. He's a yard shy of a 1st and 10. Good job on protection-wise that time for Kaiser.
We'll add him to the number of receivers for the Eagles as a tight end, sharing playing time with Yostin.
So Schultz able to make the catch. It's going to be 2nd down and officially 2. Gain of 8. 3:20 to go in this first half. 7-7. Been a low-scoring defensive battle here at Roger Herring Stadium. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Pistol in the backfield again. As Helterbrand with Joey off to his right now in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff again, deep down the right sideline, looking for Cam Sorensen. It's caught, now dropped, and once again, I think the cornerback got his hand in there at the last second.
Well, it's about the 4th time that Cameron Sorensen has been targeted. We'll see this on replay. If the deep...
No, he just dropped it.
I think he did.
Yep. That's unfortunate. That's unusual for Cam. And
he is he doesn't drop many passes.
Nope. It is obviously a wet day, a tough day to catch the football, but he probably hails that in about 99 times out of 100. So it'll be 2 receivers off to the left side, none to the right, shotgun in the backfield. And here is Kaiser Helterbrand. Stutzman off to his left, 3rd down and 2. Design quarterback draw play as he drags a defender and kind of leans forward, and I think that lean will be enough for a 1st and 10. Depends on the spot, though.
That time with help from Yostin. Blocking on that left side along with the number 64, Alex Bonger.
He's going to be inches short, so it'll be 4th down and inches. About 2 inches away for a first. They're going to line up in the shotgun. Will Yost at the tight end, left side of the line. 2 receivers off to the left side, and we got whistles and a timeout called by River Falls. So with just over 2.5 minutes to go in the first half, we'll have a 30-second timeout. We're back after this for this 4th down play. This is college football on WKTY.
The new WKTY Cares campaign, sponsored by the Kratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service, is the new way WKTY gives back to our community. Focusing on area programs that support our local kids, athletics, and those in need, WKTY Cares is aiming to make lives better in the Cooley region, with targeted donations to local programs whose primary goal is also helping those in need. In October, the WKTY Cares campaign is proud to award Horse Sense as this month's recipient, thanks to Kratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon as we have a really pivotal 4th down and inches, Terry. Usually you see Kaiser just take it himself on these plays, but your coach, Janice, what are you calling here?
You also see conventional offense with the quarterback oftentimes right behind the center, but that seems to be outdated, doesn't it?
1 receiver to each side of the formation.
Look at that.
That's a quarterback sneak, and Kaiser Helterbrand follows the lead of Nostradamus, Terry Erickson, and we get a 1st and 10 for UWL.
There's the old-fashioned tempo game right there, too. He was kind of pointing, caught the Falcons on their heels.
Yep, that's a great job by him, just kind of faking that quick count, able to get the snap off, and good blocking in the middle there to spring him for a 2-yard gain. So back to the 39 or 38-yard line of River Falls, rather. 2 receivers off to the left side. Pistol in the backfield. Kaiser takes the snap. A little bit of a high snap. Handles it. Stutzman, big hole left side. Jukes into the inside, and he's down to the 29-yard line. Another 9-yard pickup there. It's 1st down. Make it 2nd down and 1.
Hildebrand with a good block. Cole Greco from Greenfield. And that's the staple of the Eagles right there.
Yep.
Oh, that was the best running lane we've seen the first half.
Yep, just a wide open hole. We talk about holes you can drive a Mack truck through. That definitely qualified there. 2 receivers off to the right side. Yost in the tight end left side of the line along with Schultz. So double tight end set. Now Yostin goes into the backfield as an H-back. Stutzman off to the right of Kaiser in the shotgun formation. And here's the handoff. Stutzman goes that way. Good job juking away from defenders. Hole wasn't there. He just kind of made it himself, and that's a 1st and 10 on a 3-yard pickup.
We haven't seen too many formations with both Schultz and Yostin in,
nope.
But certainly 2 premier blockers.
See if the Eagles on this long drive can capitalize into a touchdown here. 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining in this first half. 2 receivers off to the right side, Sorensen and Bartle. Shotgun formation in the backfield. Stutzman off to the left of Kaiser Heltzbrand. Kaiser takes the snap, fakes the run, now goes on the swing pass to Joey Stutzman. It kind of floats up into the air, but it's caught on the far sideline. We'll see where they mark him. Inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Stutzman on the nice catch.
I think they forgot about him. When you think of the Eagles' passing game, you think of Sorensen, Studers, Enters, Yost and Bartle, and Stubendek. But what about Stutzman out of the backfield?
Had a great 71-yard touchdown connection last week against Oshkosh just before the half. See if the Eagles can punch it in here on 1st and goal. 40 seconds remaining first half. Pistol in the backfield. 2 receivers, 1 receiver on each side. Yost to the tight end to the right side. Schultz the tight end to the left.
2 timeouts left for the Eagles.
Yep. Content on letting that clock run for now. Here's the snap. And the handoff is to Joey. Tries the right side. Now a nice breaking tackle in the backfield. Gets about a yard or maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
Ran through the tackle of Jack Halsey.
Penalty flag here at the 3-yard line. So this would be a blow for the Eagles as the holding penalty. It will go against UWL.
Holding penalty coming from the white hat behind the running back, which is not real common.
So UWL will have it 1st down and goal at about the 14-yard line after they mark it off. Let's see for sure. Yep, just a 10-yard penalty right from the line of scrimmage.
Again, Matt Janish a little upset with that call, but calls a timeout.
Trying to regroup here. Obviously, the plans change after a 10-yard penalty. Now you have to regroup to see what kind of play calls you have for 1st down and 14. Quick 30-second break. We'll be back for the next play after this. This is college football on WKTY.
When you feel that crispness in the air, it can only mean one thing. You're ready for football at Nutbush City Limits. Catch college and NFL games at Nutbush all season long. The only thing better than the crispness in the air is a cold beer touching your lips. Get domestic buckets for just $11 at the Bush, or grab yourself a 2-topping pizza with a domestic pitcher for only $22. When you're ready for some football, go to Nutbush City Limits. New building, same old bar. Come as you are, off Highway 35 and on Alaska to Nutbush City Limits.
Welcome back to Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon. 1st down and 14 coming up, Terry. 19 seconds. Do have a couple of timeouts to play with, but have to be a little bit more careful about what the play call is regarding that time than you would have if it was 1st down and goal at the 4.
Yeah, actually, 1 timeout left, and of course you got Ryan Byrne waiting to report to action. I'd rather see 6 than 3.
We'll see Ryan Byrne hopefully has an extra point kick as opposed to a field goal. Here's a receiver in motion. That's Stubendek. 3 receivers right and 1 left. 3 receivers set. Here's over the middle, complete. Stubendek ran across the formation, then came back to the left on the under route, and it brings up 2nd down and goal at about the 4. And they will have to burn that final timeout with 11 seconds to go.
Well, now what are you going to do? You going to use your record-setting weapon, Byrne, or are you going to go for? You got 2 plays. I think I'd go for it.
Yep. At least a couple of plays, kind of a fade into the end zone maybe with Cam Sorensen. And if it's incomplete, then you bring out the kicker, Ryan Byrne. But with how long this drive has gone throughout the course of the second quarter, Terry, I'd be hard-pressed to think that Coach Janis is going to want 3 points in this situation. But
I
we'll have to see.
Doubt it. Or maybe send vertical routes with your wideouts and look to Stutzman again out of the backfield. But again, with only 11 seconds, you got to be awful careful so that clock doesn't run out and you have not capitalized in the red zone. And the Eagles are about 87% efficient in the red zone.
Yeah, no, they've been fantastic these last couple of weeks. I think it was 6 for 6 against Stevens Point and 5 for 5 last week against Oshkosh. So they've been dynamite in the red zone. We'll see if this is another touchdown drive or if they have to settle for 3. 3 receivers bunched up to the right side. Sorensen, the lone receiver, out on the left. Shotgun in the backfield. Studer actually on the left side. Now Stubendek goes to the left. 2 by 2. Roll out to the right side. It's Heltzbrand. He's going to run it, and he's going to dive for the goal line, and I don't think he got there, Terry.
He did.
Going to have to go quickly.
Oh, my goodness.
3 seconds, 2 seconds to go. They get the snap off, but the clock is at 0. Are we going to get a conference with the officials, or that's it? That's the end of the first half. So the Eagles
within a yard of scoring, and the clock runs out.
Less than a yard. So it backfires the gamble for UWL, and it's going to have a halftime break score of 7-7. So a defensive battle. Coach Janis, I think, is going to be on his guys a little bit in the halftime locker room, especially on offense, to kind of really wake up out there. But I guess first half overall thoughts there, Terry.
I'm not sure that particular play was on the officials. I don't know how you could reset and run another play. So I think just maybe a little lack of real good clock management.
Yeah, a little bit of awareness, obviously. We talk about, Helterbrand has the athletic ability. He has the confidence in his own ability to get that touchdown there. But you're making it tough on yourself with 11 seconds to go. You get tackled at the 4. And I'm sure that the design play call wasn't for him to run in that position. It was probably to, throw it out of the back of the end zone if it's not there. But knowing Kaiser, I'm sure he just saw a hole, decided I'm going to get it. But
I would bet that you're right.
Happens.
I mean, he saw that running lane. You know how big he is and how he can run through tackles.
Yeah.
I think that was on his mind.
So we will take a quick break. We're going to get to some of the stats and then also some of the other scores around the WIAC. UW Stout taking on UW Whitewater in a pivotal game there as well. So we'll come back, take a 3-minute break, and we're back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
And now for the weather. Here's meteorologist Stormy O'Day. Okay, I don't even know what this is.
Behold the wheel of weather. Today will be... Ooh, that's not good. And say we try that again.
Is this going to take very long?
When it comes to your comfort, you don't want to wait for a do-over. I'm Mark from Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Our Gold Star maintenance will help make sure your heating and air conditioning equipment is running at its best. With our Gold Star maintenance plan, we'll schedule your annual appointment at a time that works for you. Schneider Heating's Gold Star maintenance plan gives you a discount on yearly cleaning and adjustment of your furnace and air conditioning system. Get more out of your heating and cooling with increased efficiency. Give us a call and we'll work with your schedule. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, La Crosse and Winona.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Whoa, hey there. You guys want to head up to the cities to go catch a Vikings game in the bank? Well, hop the bus to U.S. Bank Stadium for the Vikings and the Jets on Sunday, December 4th. The Vikes are rolling, and the Jets are actually good this year? Okay, maybe good might be a bit of a stretch, but this could definitely be a key game. Plus, you can see the all-new home of the Minnesota Vikings. Get up to U.S. Bank Stadium with deluxe motor coach transportation from Onalaska, plus great seats to catch all the action. Get tickets and details now at radiostuffstore.com.
Down the right sideline, MVS has it to the end zone for the touchdown!
Hey, Lacrosse, nobody talks more Packers football than me. Don't miss the Bill Michaels Show every day, 11 to 2, right here on WKTY. We're going to cover every game, hear from the coaches and the players, and get the inside scoop from the best reporters and experts. That's the Bill Michaels Show, talking Packers football all season long, right here on Western Wisconsin Sports Talk leader, WKTY.
Oh, what a play!
If you're a sports fan, you can't afford to miss the Dan Patrick Show on WKTY. First album that you bought. It was in the late 60s, so Pink Floyd or might have been the Stones, I think. Todd, first album.
Billy Joel, Glass Houses. Came out in the spring of 1980. I heard it at a friend's house. By a day or two later, I had to run out and get it on my cassette.
Seton?
Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil.
Really?
Yeah, I was 5 years old. The video on MTV was like the coolest thing ever. And not only did I have the cassette tape, but, Paul, you'll appreciate this, I also had a Motley Crue Shout at the Devil Velcro wallet that I left on a ride in Florida. We went to Disney World in Florida, and I left my wallet on one of those rides, and I was so upset that I lost my Motley Crue wallet.
Don't miss the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings 9 to 11 on WKTY, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Are you going to let me know when we're back? Yeah.
For all of you folks looking to buy a home, even if your realtor suggests another lender, which is totally okay, please do yourself a favor and also give Matt.
Morning, and actually a week ago I watched you in your. Watched you in your scrimmage.
Faith Rose, are we on? Okay.
All right. Little technical glitch, but we're back on with halftime. Again, Ken Turnbach. And so I watched a little bit of your scrimmage last week, and I know you were practicing today. Give us, all of our viewers, all of our listeners, a little update on how the Eagles are doing.
Yeah, well, we look really good when we're 5-on-0. We can guard the heck out of some 5-on-0 motion and things like that. No, it's week 3, Terry, and we have a really good group coming back, and led by Ethan Anderson and Craig Steele, along with 3 other seniors and 18 returning players off of a team that obviously went to the NCAA tournament and won a first-round game. And but that's last year, and that's what we're kind of. If you want to know a quick synopsis of like where we're at, we have some nice pieces back. But we have to find our identity of what it's been now for the previous 5 years and what has led to the success that our program has had. And that's on the defensive end. And we're not there yet. We've had two scrimmages against some scholarship level schools, and quite frankly, we've been humbled a little bit where we aren't at that level, and we play that because that's our first 5 games coming out. We have St. John's at home, and it's going to be the MIAC favorite here on Tuesday at 7 p.m., and then we go and play Marietta 12 hours away, who went to the Final Four and was 29-2. So, we're going to challenge ourselves, certainly early on, but that's what you expect. That's why you play this game, and that's what our seniors deserve and our program deserves, is to play in big games, and we're doing that early.
Since you took over, the staple, the identity of the Eagles has been defense. I've not seen many teams play either on-ball or off-ball defense any better than the Eagles.
Well, I appreciate it. It is the staple, right? And to get on the court, you need to be able to guard your position. And whatever, it doesn't matter if you're a point guard or a 3 or a 4 or 5, you are who you can guard. And that's what we're trying to figure out right now. Who's going to be our best on-ball defender? Who's going to be the guy that stops the other team from coming down in transition and to roll into a ball screen outside of our bigs? And we've always had that answer. 5 years ago, it was Talvish McRae for 2 years, then we went to Luke Norsha, and then it was Sean Sukamel the last 2 years here. And that's a recipe that has worked for us. And now who will it be this year? And I'm a little uncomfortable to say, to be honest with you, Terry, I don't know the answer to that yet. But we certainly have a group of young men in there that are working hard every single day to figure that out, plus other positions.
When I look at quality players that I like to watch, and they're in this area, they're in Division II and Division I, they're the kind of players that never take a possession off.
Yeah.
In other words, they're busting their tail. You don't see that much in high school, unfortunately, but they're busting their tail on both ends of the court. They never relax.
Yeah.
How do you teach that?
Well, you put them in really tough situations. In situations where they're tired, they're exhausted, they're sore, they're not sure if they can get through it, and then you demand it out of them. That's the only way to do it, isn't it? If there's another recipe out there, I'd be more than welcome to listen to it. But it's trying to put our guys in situations like that. And the most important thing is, Terry, is they demand it out of themselves. And they demand it out of one another. And when they come together and they demand it from each other, it's so much, you know this watching, it's so much more impactful than it is coming out of my voice or Coach Finkel's voice or Coach Kenny D's voice or Mike. It's so much more impactful, right, when it's coming from them. And that's another step that we're trying to take here is in this year. We've had it in the past where we've scratched the surface of knocking on the door for consistent NCAA tournaments, making 2 out of the last 3. But as I just told our group, we're in a shooting segment right now. That is last year. We need to recommit to our identity, the identity that you talked about that we've had here for 5 years. And how soon are we going to get there? I don't know the answer to that. I know we're working for it. we're certainly not there yet.
You're chasing excellence is what you're saying. You're not comfortable, and athletes that live in the level of being comfortable as to what they do or what they've done in the past, they never succeed.
Yeah, that complacency, that sets in. And we'll always say it's human nature, isn't it, Terry? It's human nature to be average. It's human nature to like give in and find the easiest way. And it takes a really unique individual to allow themselves to be coached to not give into human nature. The right way is the hardest way, right? The right way is the tough
in
way.
life.
Yeah, no doubt. No
so
doubt.
Last year, 21-7, 9-5 in the WIAC, and you tied a single-season record, by the way, advanced, as you talked about, to the NC2A. 6th year as head coach, 80-39 record. Have you accomplished what you have wanted in those 6 years?
Frankly, we haven't won anything, Terry. We haven't won anything. We haven't won a league title. We haven't won a conference tournament title, right? We haven't made a Sweet 16. So where our program is, I'm proud as heck. For 5 straight years, we've been ranked in the top 25, and we've made a couple tournaments. We've hosted the WIAC championship game for the first time ever. We've never finished lower than 3rd. We've knocked on the door back-to-back 21-win seasons. That's all good stuff, but it's also like we want to win something, Terry, right? We want to win something. There's nothing wrong.
Sounds like you're hard on yourself.
There's nothing wrong with talking about that, but we have to know the process to get there, right? We have to know the process to get there, because you can't just be like, yep, that's it. We need to figure out how to have a good practice tomorrow and a good practice on Monday to see if we can defend our home court on Tuesday, and then gain into week 19 to be playing good basketball.
Successful coaches, Mike Krzyzewski, Bob Knight, many football coaches say this: success in culture begins in the locker room.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, it's 100% correct, and it's about recruiting good young men from families that they understand what it is to put we before me, and that's hard. You think about that, Terry. We've had. You follow the transfer portal, right? I mean, there's 1,800, 2,000 kids in that thing every single year. For 5 straight years, we've never had one kid enter that transfer portal. Never one. That means we're recruiting young men that not only feel really good about our program, but they feel good about this university and this town and how they're being treated, right? And that's what makes this thing special. And if you can get a collection of those guys, and we're really deliberate in our recruiting to find those guys that, hey, it might not happen in year one. It might happen for you in year one, but I'm not going to guarantee you anything in year one. And if you want to be guaranteed something else, you can go somewhere else. Doesn't mean you're a bad kid, just means we're not the program for you. And we've been able to find that. And that started with Ethan Anderson and Craig Steele, our first recruiting class, and the success that they've had. There's no coincidence that our program has taken off since those guys have come in, and it's the culture that you talked about,
exactly.
Terry.
And the Cooley Regions connection, you talked about Ethan Anderson, know him and his family extremely well. Luke Schwartzoff, Sam Kick, Craig Steele down the road in Reesburg. So you've gotten some quality connections in the immediate area.
Yeah, well, there's great coaches around here. You think about all the really, really good high school programs and high school coaches around here, and I can rattle them off from Coach Ferget to Coach Cole, right? Coach Thibodeau at La Crescent, right? Obviously, the job that Coach Wagner has done at a couple different places, and that doesn't matter. Sam Zwick. I mean, so many. Coach Riker. I mean, all of these guys that are so successful, and they do it the right way. And and I invite those guys to come out to practice. Come on out if you want to watch us. But I also say, and they're like, I should be coming to watch your practices, right? All the success that you all have had, I'm supposed to be watching your practices, which we do. But when you have really good programs and good coaches, it certainly helps out to recruit local guys.
Well, you mentioned those 2 tournaments that you're involved in before, one at Wartburg and the other in Ohio, to kind of test the waters and maybe and monkey around with finalize your rotations.
Part of it. Division III is interesting, right? Because if you take it's not quite like football. right? If you drop one early in football, it's hard to still get into the tournament or drop a couple. Basketball is a little bit different, but it's certainly not like Division I, where you need to, these matchups, St. John's is going to be regionally ranked. Marietta is going to be regionally ranked. You need to win against regionally ranked teams if you're going to give yourself a chance for an at-large bid. But we always want to just put the best strength of schedule out there in the country. And if we're able to do that, which we've done, then if we don't win the WIAC tournament, if we haven't reached that, have we accomplished what we wanted yet? If we haven't done that, then we put ourselves in a position for an NCAA tournament. But to be honest with you, Terry, this year we set up, we play home on Tuesday, then we go out to Marietta, and then we play in another tournament the next weekend in Wartburg. And we did that because we want that feeling of this is what it's like. You play Friday in the NCAA tournament, you advance to Saturday. You win Saturday, you get next Friday. And that's what we're trying to go to, right, in our program. That's the big picture. The immediate picture is, can we get our butt in a stance? Right? Can we get a butt in a stance and can we guard? And that's what we're figuring out right now.
So you're picked second behind Oshkosh. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, that's probably where we're, if you look at who's coming back, right, it's where we're supposed to be. None of that matters, right? None of it matters. Oshkosh has a great program. Platteville, they got us multiple times last year, and they brought in a bunch of transfers. Stevens Point brought in 7 transfers. Stout brought in 8. River Falls might arguably have one of the best big men in the league. I mean, the league is just so special, and it's why 45% of the last national champions have come out of this league.
Home opener, December 3rd. I'll be there. Hopefully, all of the audience, either listening or watching here, will be there. It's special for you.
Yeah, it's to play at home.
The WIAC opener.
Yeah. Oh, the WIAC opener. Yep. Against Eau Claire at home, right? Yeah. We go on Wednesday, play at Whitewater, and then we try to hold home court on that Saturday. And the next Saturday, Terry, we have our alumni game against Trine. In addition to that, we're having our second annual or second overall Rollo Taylor Endowment Spaghetti Supper. And
my good friend Rollo Taylor.
What I wish I would have had a chance to meet him.
He was president of my board, a close friend, and certainly involved deeply with UWL basketball.
Yeah, you think about the impact that he's had. Terry, we started this endowment 3 years ago for the Rollo Taylor Endowment for men's basketball. It's raised $70,000 from people, and that's because of Rollo's impact. That has nothing to do with us and men's basketball. That's the impact that Coach Taylor had, and hopefully we're holding up our end of the bargain, with our team.
Well, UWL hired the right guy when they brought Ken Turnbach from Stevens Point to La Crosse, and you've done a great job. More importantly, you have established a culture that is very impressive.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Terry, and it's year by year, right, to build on that. And I said it last year, but we are just scratching the surface with our program. And when you can look around this athletic department and see the job that Coach Janis has done, Jason Murphy's hosting soccer here later on. Boy, you get humbled pretty fast of how special these programs are, how good these coaches are around here.
One word, culture. It's an impressive culture. Yeah. Well, it's special to have you as our halftime guest. Now you're going to go back to Mitchell Hall and finish practice, I imagine.
Yeah.
Watch a little bit of this. So we will take a quick break with the Eagles and the Falcons tied at 7 at halftime. An exciting game here. We'll be back right after this.
And now for the weather, here's meteorologist Stormy O'Day in diving gear.
Well, this tank has the cleanest air you can buy on the internet.
But why are you dripping wet?
Oh, they were half off with purchase.
Breathe easier. I'm Mark from Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. We've always been here to improve your indoor air quality. Today it seems more important than ever. Our iWave air purifiers kill mold, bacteria, and viruses. Lab tests have shown they are 90% effective on both the flu and COVID-19 viruses. We also install carrier air exchangers that make sure your home has enough fresh air. And of course, we install humidifiers and dehumidifiers so you can control your home's humidity levels. Turn to the indoor air quality experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, La Crosse and Winona.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
If you're a sports fan, You can't afford to miss the Dan Patrick Show on WKTY. Nick Wright, First Things First co-host, Fox Sports 1. It was great meeting your wife when we went to dinner and she came in. It was very nice.
It was. She's a wonderful woman. I mean, I think at some point you implied that you could buy her a fine piece of jewelry.
I guess we've opened up the door.
Yeah.
And you wear a fake Breitling on First Things First. Okay?
What a son of a bitch.
You said you bought 3 fake Breitlings, correct?
Okay. And one real one for her.
I just said, look, if your wife needed a Breitling,
yeah,
come to Daddy.
Don't miss the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings 9 to 11 on WKTY, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Welcome back to Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this evening as the Eagles getting set for the second half kickoff. 7-7 the score. Terry, as we get closer to the second half kickoff, what are your keys to the game?
Nothing analytically stands out. I mean, nobody's shining on offense. Why? Because the true colors of the offense have not really shown up because the game defense well prepared, shutting down both offenses. It has been an outstanding defensive performance by both teams. Keys of the game in the second half, I think Eagles need to unveil their true offense, and hopefully that'll happen here in the second half.
Yeah, take a look at some scores around the conference. Whitewater leading Stout at halftime 10-7. Oshkosh on top of Stevens Point 14-0, and Eau Claire is currently tied with Platteville 7-7. So Ryan Byrne getting set to kick this one away from right to left. It'll be the Falcons going from left to right. As you watch on our video feed, WKTYsports.com/video, the WKTY app, and around River City on Roku and Apple TV as we're underway in the second half. It's going to be a return at the 4-yard line, out across the 15, out across the 20. Good blocking to spring this return, and getting down to the 33-yard line. It was number 23 for the Falcons, and that, of course, was Tim Owen, the backup running back, showing his speed on the return.
Adam Qualm, we know that name from Holman making the tackle, but good field position to begin the second half for the Falcons.
So it'll be first down and 10 right there at their own 33-yard line, again going from left to right. It'll be Caleb Blaha in the pistol formation to start out. Krieger right behind him. 2 receivers, make it 3 receivers out to the right side and 1 to the left. Krieger now goes into the shotgun, left Blaha. He fakes his way, goes over the middle, incomplete. Cush unable to bring it down. Good coverage. A.J. Spikala able to make it difficult on Cush to make the catch.
A.J. Spikala from Muskego got his hand up there at exactly the right time. The receiver was open.
Second down and 10 coming up. 2 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right. H-back on the left side of the line in the backfield. And now here is a Reed quarterback keeper, and it's going to be a great tackle there by the UWL defensive end. Josh Dorschner kind of upended him in the backfield.
Dorschner, with his size, his gap integrity and his ability to hold his ground. Dane's part of that too. And by the way, looking at halftime stats, Danes leads the Eagles with 6 tackles, 4 unassisted.
Brody McKnight, the injured party on the field right now, as both teams will go to their respective huddles and get some instructions. 2 plays into this one. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 coming up here. We'll keep it here for the time being. You take a look at some other stats here, Terry, as the total yards for UWL. That would be 37 plays, 183, so currently 29 higher than the River Falls Falcons. 2 of 8 on 3rd down. We talk about how they're pretty much money on that down, especially the last month. It's been a little bit of a struggle kind of keeping that offense on the field for some of those sustained drives.
Each team's kicking, punting 3 times, or I guess penalties, by the way, equal penalties. But as we talked before we went on the air, there's been some good directional punting here this afternoon.
Certainly has, as we're just about set to get back underway. 3rd down and 9 coming up. McKnight was able to get back off the field. The sophomore trips receivers off to the left side and 2 receivers right. Alone shotgun set for Blaha. 3-step drop, pressure in his face immediately, steps up into the pocket, tripped up from behind. Jack Kelly got him down after a gain of maybe 3, and it brings up 4th down and 6.
A little bit of a running lane, and looking, if it would have been for that tackle, he would have got the first down.
He certainly would have. Kelly having a night here this afternoon. And it'll be Tyler Stupendick back at about the 20, make it the 16-yard line. 6 foot, 185-pound sophomore. And here is the snap, too high, through the hands of the punter, and finally picking it up and getting absolutely leveled in the end zone. Do they get a touchdown now? It was fumbled, recovered in the end zone for the touchdown Eagles.
What the heck was he doing? Just take the sack, my goodness.
Creed Tim picked it up, tried to do something crazy with it. Fumbled the football in the process. Eagles recover in the end zone for the touchdown, and it's 13-7 UWL.
And we have to we got to get a replay on this to see who actually fell on the ball.
Great job there by the Eagles to swarm the play, as it was Creed Tim against 5 Eagles, and those are not good odds.
We got another Falcon player injured.
Another injured player right now.
Can we get the
13-7
number on who got that touchdown?
We will get it in just a moment here. 13:43 to go in the third quarter. So we've talked about special teams these last few weeks, Terry. Right now, no blocked kicks, but a basically blocked punt return for a touchdown. The third unit showing up anyway.
Yeah, the Eagles are the best in the nation in Division III in their special units, and 7 blocked kicks, and now a fumble recovery on a bad snap for a touchdown. I know at the end of that play, Connor Berry was holding the ball up. I don't think he's the player that got it, but
Zach Trineri is going to be able to limp off the field under his own power. Good to see there. Ryan Byrne getting set to kick the extra point coming up. 13:43 to go in this third quarter. Eagles with a 6-point lead, trying to make it 7 with the extra point.
Schick snapping and Garcia holding. Good combination. And Byrne, see if he can tack one on for the Eagles.
And here will be the snap, hold, everything perfect so far. Kick is up, and it is good in the driving rain. He gets it into the track area here at Roger Herring Stadium. So the Eagles' third unit comes up with a big touchdown. Again, it's 14-7, 13:43 to go here in the third quarter. Take a 30-second break, and we're back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
There's a pizza joint on George Street. Seems like it's always been there. You look in the window, you see them preparing the dough, adding fresh, made-in-house sauces, non-stop toppings. Then it's some quality time in the oven till the cheese is golden brown and the crust is cracker crisp. That pizza joint on George Street is T. Joe's Pizza. Come get a taste of the tradition. T. Joe's Pizza, carry out delivery, because 7 days without pizza makes 1 week. T. Joe's Pizza in La Crosse.
Welcome back to college football at Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon.
So the word we're getting is Will Yostin.
Will Yostin
fell on that ball, number 8.
Nice job by him, as he is the lucky Eagle to get the touchdown credited to him. It'll be Ryan Byrne kicking this one away momentarily here. And that's kind of the momentum you needed here, Terry, to kind of change the tides for the Eagles.
Yeah, momentum's such a big part of any competitive sport. See if that transfers into some good defense by the Eagles after this kick.
Then a couple of nice returns by River Falls. It's a high pooch kick at about the 15 return. Krieger taking it up the right side, and he is tripped up at the 25-yard line, or the 26 officially. And that's where the Falcons will start their next drive. So the Eagle defense, you got to give them a lot of credit. They've had some tough games, especially yards-wise, given up these last 3-4 weeks here, and the offense has carried them. This time it's been the defense to kind of carry the offense.
Talk about tackling with your feet. That Tanner Newland with a great tackle from Savage, Minnesota. The blocker knocked him down, but he still made the tackle.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the handoff to Owen. Owen trying to find some blockers. Not much there. Tried the middle of the line, and it brings up 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8.
Jack Anderson did a great job of stopping momentarily the runner and got help from his teammates.
Merrick Dixon there also for the half tackle. 3 receivers off to the left side, 1 to the right, shotgun in the backfield. Read option. Blaha pitches it out to Owen. Owen with the right edge. as he has about 2 more yards out to the 31-yard line, and he's knocked out of bounds.
Jack Anderson knocked him out of bounds again. Part of the 2 plays in a row. Wasn't much running room down the sideline.
Brings up 3rd down and 4 coming up.
Falcons can't afford to go 3 and out again.
Nope. Trips receivers left and 2 right. Offense for UWL has not been on the field yet so far. And they have taken a 7-point lead. 2 minutes gone by in this second half. Blaha in the empty set, shotgun. Does not drop back, steps up into the pocket, has a lane, and not going anywhere close to the first down. Cade Osborne comes up and hits him for a 1-yard shy. 4th down upcoming. And we'll see if Blaha decides to keep it himself this time on this 4th and 1.
He is, but Cade Osborne, isn't he emerging into a special
Now we got
player?
lots of confusion. Whistles taking place. They were going to bring out the punting unit late. Offense was going to stay out onto the field, and now they will bring out the punting unit, so the Eagles get a stand there. Osborne not allowing that first down run, and Tyler Stupenick will have a chance for a punt return.
I was wondering, that would be awful dangerous, gambling, going for a first down on that field position.
34-yard line, here's the high snap. He's able to handle it this time. It's a spiraling punt. Takes a hop at the Eagle 40-yard line and takes a few more inside the Eagle 20. Finally rolls dead at the 14, make it the 13-yard line.
Didn't start very well, but ended up with that bounce. Good field position. Not good field position for the Eagles.
So UWL with 14-7 lead. So we've seen the defense come alive. We've seen the special teams come alive. Got to imagine if you're Coach Janis, that offense got a little bit of a tongue lashing, especially the offensive line, to kind of create those open holes.
I would think so, yeah. The Eagles certainly did not demonstrate the kind of offense we've seen all season. Maybe that'll change here in the second half.
So UWL will come up. First down and 10 at the 13-yard line. 1 receiver out to the right side, 1 to the left. Cade Garcia, the pistol formation in the backfield. Him as quarterback, Stutzman right behind him as running back. He takes a snap, turns, hands it off to Joey Stutzman. Big hole left side of the line, and he's out across the 15 to the 18, make it 19-yard line. And that's a pickup of 6 on 1st and 10.
Certainly on first down, getting that kind of yardage is a confidence builder.
2nd down and 4 coming up. Sorensen, the lone receiver, out on the right side. Yostin, the tight end, lined up left side of the line. Schultz, tight end, lined up right side. Ryan Byrne, the receiver, on the left. Pistol formation in the backfield. Byrne awaits the snap. Hands it off again, left side, same play. Stutzman cuts it up middle of the field, and he has a first down across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Needed 4, got 5, and they'll move the chains.
Ran through 250-pound, 6'4" Jack Halsey. Got the first down.
11:08 to go here in the third quarter. Eagles with a 7-point lead on a rain-soaked Saturday afternoon in the Crosse.
Stutzman, a classic running through tackles yards after contact.
Stutzman on the season, 917 yards coming into today. Needed 83 to get 1,000 again with 1 more game to go in the regular season. 2 receivers off to the right side. Pistol in the backfield. Here is the handoff to Stutzman again. Up the gut, just straight in the middle of the offensive line. And it's a 12-yard gain. He was barely touched until he got to the 3rd level.
I would think that was part of the halftime discussion. We have got to go back to what we're known for, and that's the running game.
Great block there on the play for UWL. Number 76, Noah Coleman, coming up there and sticking the guy at the 2nd level to give Stutzman that extra hole.
I would imagine Andrew McGlenn, the line coach, shared his thoughts at halftime.
2 receivers off to the right side. H-back left side. Pistol formation in the backfield otherwise. And here is the handoff to Stutzman. Nice juke move to get away from the defender in the backfield, but it's going to be a penalty flag coming in, usually in the area of holding.
It is, and that's what we are going to get.
They drop the flag at the 35-yard line, and it'll be a 10-yard penalty backing up the Eagles for a 1st and 20 upcoming. 10:03 to go in the first, make it the third quarter. Eagles with a 14-7 lead. Last update we had from Whitewater was UW Whitewater 10, Stout 7. And obviously these last 2 games, crucial if the Eagles want to add another conference championship to their resume.
Official pointing at number 72 there. I think that's who got it.
2 receivers out to the right side.
Bertoya.
Yep. Yostin, the Tight end right side of the line, shotgun to the backfield. Here's Cade Garcia. Takes the snap. Handoff is to Stutzman as he runs over a defender. Gets to the 30-yard line. Make it the 29, I should say. And that's gain of 4. Brings up second down and 16.
Got to the second level, which is always encouraging.
Yep.
Kyle Burkhart, the Holman graduate, making the tackle.
We'll see if the Eagles can get closer for a third down conversion here. 2 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Shotgun in the backfield. Stutzman off to the left of Cade Garcia. 9:15 remaining to go in this third quarter, and now we have whistles and I believe an offside penalty, and it is going to be an encroachment penalty. River Falls Falcons defensive line saying Eagles jumped, but
speaking of Kyle Burkhart, that was him that jumped from the outside.
Wasn't very close to that end. Wasn't like he was trying to time the snap count and just get it perfectly, but
it's like some of the first days of practice for any team at any level is like watch the ball when you're on defense.
So the Eagles get him offside there. It's second down and 11 after the penalty. 1 receiver off to the left side, 2 to the right. Studer, the lone man on the left. Sorensen and Matthias Enters on the right side. Shotgun in the backfield. Stutzman off to the right of Cade Garcia. Cade takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Joey, steps up into the pocket, facing pressure, fires incomplete. Looking for Ryan Bartle, and that is going to be a third down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, the blocking broke down that time. And the line has done a good job in the second half, but that time busted.
Third down and 11. So the Eagles trying to continue this drive, continue this momentum that they were able to be provided from the offense, the defense, and also the special teams. 8:45 left to go. Trips receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left. Garcia with Stutzman off to his left in the shotgun. 3-step drop. Now he steps up into the pocket, has a running room, and a flag comes down from behind, and another nice run there by Garcia. He would have the first down, but I believe it's going to come back on another holding penalty.
Is the white hat finding a hold, and again, Matt Janish not happy with that call. Hard to see unless we saw a replay of whether it was legitimate.
8:36 to go here in this third quarter. So they'll push him back 10 yards further. Officially at the 24-yard line. So make it third down and 21 for this next play. See if we'll see just kind of a screen pass, try to break something, or if they'll go deep. They do have 5 receivers on the field, 2 left, 3 right, bunched up, all of them. Garcia, the lone set in the shotgun backfield. Now here is a 5-step drop for Garcia, looking deep the whole way. Nobody coming open. Now he's going to scramble out to the right side. Still keeps his eyes down the field, and it is going to be intercepted on the play. Breaking in front of the passing route, number 5. And that was Aaron Borgerding. The linebacker squeaking through. And now we've got whistles, and we'll see what happens.
Ninth interception thrown by Garcia this season if it holds.
Yep.
And
Garcia's off. The offense is still maintaining the position on the field, and now it looks like they're going to walk off. We'll see what the official call is. Personal foul on defense, and that's going to be a 15-yard automatic first down. Man, what a break for UWL. I didn't see the penalty.
Was it a post-exchange penalty, though?
I'm not sure.
Appears not. The Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles still have their offense out there. The coaching staff for River Falls not happy. So still a lot to sort out here. They're doing it from the original line of scrimmage.
Is there a confusion among the officials? Come on, guys.
Yep. Still trying to figure out exactly what the call will be. And now they're going to put the offense over to the coaching staff. So I guess if you're Coach Janis, if you have a break in the action, you might as well get some more instructions. But
well, there shouldn't be a break in the action.
No. And it'll be a 1st and 10. I mean, they have it out at the 39-yard line, so it'll be a 15-yard penalty from there. River Falls continues to be confused. Now they'll finally start to get their defense out there, but it seemed like whatever it was either after the play or, well, it can't be after the play because then it would be a 15-yard penalty same way, but it would be on River Falls' ball. But it seemed to happen away from the play. There wasn't anything near the interception.
Exactly. It was on the Eagles' sideline.
Yeah.
So, we talked last week about each of these penalties called by officials at the college level is evaluated. And if they're not legitimate, then that official probably doesn't come back.
Yep. So that'll be an interesting meeting, but nevertheless, it is 1st and 10 for the Eagles. They get a break. Takes some interception off the board, gives the Eagles a first down and a new chance. As it 1st down and 10, the UWL 39-yard line. Matthias Enters goes in motion behind the play. And now here is the handoff. Getting run into is Stutzman, dragged down right there. So a gain of maybe 1 on the play. It's 2nd and 9.
Nowhere for him to go that time. Calvin Rosine, who is their guy they look to blitz, along with Caleb Johnson making the hit.
So 2nd down and 9. A couple of substitutions coming in. Brant Bowman will check into the game for the first time here this afternoon. A big bruising back. You know what he likes to do when he has the football in his hands. We'll see if they give it to him. 1 receiver off to the left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun of the backfield. Here's Garcia. 3-step drop. Steps up into the pocket. Breaks through an arm tackle. Breaks through an ankle tackle. And then Will Yosten tries to pull him forward for an extra couple of yards.
Come on, follow me, says Will Yosten.
Just tries to carry him through that tackle. Tackle is made at the 45-yard line. It's going to be a 4 yards shy of the 1st and 10.
Tackle by Conrad Ging from Buckeye, Arizona. I've been there, taking the hit.
2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left coming up. Shotgun to the backfield, running back off to the left. Off Cade Garcia. Jack Studer goes in motion to the right side. Now trips receivers right, none left. And here is a pass by Garcia. Just keeps backing up. Now he goes to the right side, out of the pocket, fires across the field. Dangerous pass. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th and 4.
Dangerous is right. Looking to escape the pressure, but just throwing off balance, kind of lofting it up in the air, spells danger.
That was Matthias Enters, the intended target, kind of slipped coming back to the football. Kind of the safety route that Cade Garcia saw on the play, but it will be a punt. So after the penalty given up by the Eagles, they are not able to take advantage of it. It's going to be a punt at the 45 of UWL. 6:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. Krieger, a busy man here this afternoon. He's going to get another nice one away. Spiraling punt. Running back, make it the return man, goes beyond in a great attempt. Unable to keep it from going into the end zone that time.
Boy, what a great valiant effort, huh?
It really was. Diving for that one. Tyler Bowman, the freshman from Spring Valley, unable to get the unable to prevent the touchback, but a great attempt. So it'll be 1st down and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Falcons of River Falls. Again, 5-3, 3-2 in conference play. UWL 7-1, 4-1 in conference play. 6:29 remaining to go, 3rd quarter. Wide receiver goes in motion from right to left. Now 3 left, 1 right. Blaha steps up into the pocket. Pressure comes. Jack Kelly is in his face. He fires incomplete, looking for the intended target, Luke Cush, on a comeback route in 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Kelly trying to help. Kelly putting a great deal of pressure, and that it was not a wise decision to throw that ball either, too, when you're on your heels and off balance.
Kelly has been all over the place here this afternoon in the run game and the passing game. Here is a pass out of the backfield, incomplete, dropping at that time. Would have had a blocker in front of him. TJ Little brings up 3rd down and 10. Eagles get a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, Mason Van Zeeland, a blocker on the boundary side, but a pass dropped.
So 3rd down and 10 coming up. 2 receivers off to the left side, right side rather, and 3 to the left. So empty set in the backfield for Caleb Blaha. He will take the snap. Do not drop back. Pressure is on. Incomplete. Going over the middle. Found his safety target that time, but unable to haul it in was Andy Grosvenor. And it's 4th down and 10. 3 incompletions on the drive.
It's because he threw the ball before he wanted to, and great defense by the Eagles. Tate Pitcher right there, but it started with pressure up front.
So UWL is going to have pretty good field position coming up here. Punt's coming up. Stephen Nick standing back at his own 43-yard line. Here is pressure in the face of the punter. He's able to get it away. It's a low line drive kick. Takes a couple of hops for River Falls, but excellent field position for the Eagles as they start at the 46-yard line.
She's almost blocked again. The Eagles getting pressure on each and every punt.
The score in the UW Stout, UW Whitewater game, currently a field goal by Whitewater. So it is 13-7, just started the fourth quarter. So plenty of time left in that one. And a lot of intrigue in that game. Obviously for UWL, you win the next two games, you're a conference champion, a co-conference champion. Whitewater obviously would have the tiebreaker for the automatic qualifying bid into the playoffs. But they got to figure out River Falls here just to make sure. Still got 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Two receivers right and two left as well. Shotgun now in the backfield. Kaiser Helterbrand back into the game. Kaiser takes the snap, takes the handoff to Joey Stutzman, firing over the middle, incomplete. This time going for Jack Studer, and the man-to-man coverage by River Falls has been very impressive here this afternoon.
You're kind of reading my mind. The backside has been challenged the whole game, but the Falcons have, they're certainly up to the task.
Certainly are. At number 19 there on the deflection, and that was Dylan Brown. Said his name a lot, said Michael Brown's name a lot as well here this afternoon. Three receivers off to the left side, none right, shotgun in the backfield. Helterbrand will take the snap. Design draw play to the right side, good blocking. He kind of slips through a little hole as he was falling forward and gets to midfield. Brings up 3rd down and 7 coming up. 5:52 to go in the third quarter.
Using Stutzman as a blocker, and looked like there was more running room there, but not what he wanted. And you talk about that defensive backs. When you look at the playmakers that the Eagles have in the passing game, but they've not been open here this afternoon.
Yep. A couple unfortunate drops by Cameron Sorensen, who had it, and you just got to keep going back to him is the thing. You just have to keep giving him chances. He's your big playmaker on the outside. Two receivers left and one right. Shotgun in the backfield. Helterbrand fakes the pitch play, goes right up the middle, spins off the defender, and that last spin should be enough for the first down. They're going to mark him inches shy.
Effort with a capital E. He was stopped, but he used his spinning technique and got a first down.
That is a first down. That's a poor spot, I think, man.
It's a very poor spot. We talked last night about the importance of spotting the football correctly. Jeepers.
Replay shows he had it by about 1.5 yards. First down, 4th down and inches. Ball at the 44-yard line. Two receivers off to the left side, none right. Helterbrand. Stutzman off to his left. Keep it in Kaiser's hands. Good blocking left side. He's into the secondary. Jump cut move finally taken out of the 29-yard line.
The benefits of a two-quarterback system, huh? I was going to say, if he didn't get that first down, and with the ball not being spotted correctly, that would have been disappointing.
So it is a first down for the Eagles. Just takes them one more play. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Garcia comes back in.
So Cade back into the game. Two receivers off to the right side, none left. A couple of tight ends on that side, though. Stutzman off to the right of the shotgun of Cade Garcia.
Schultz and Yostin in.
Worked well the last time they did it. Let's see if they run that way again. Cade takes the snap.
They do.
Handoff is to Stutzman, left side. That time, nothing going there. Stutzman back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Despite the power side, despite two huge tight ends, couldn't get much yardage.
He's 2nd down, and they call it 11. They say he lost a yard on the play. Back to the 30-yard line. The Eagles obviously in field goal range, but do want to get at least closer, or obviously touchdown would be the preferred way to go. Pistol formation of the backfield, one receiver off to each side. Garcia with Joey Stutzman right behind him. Handoff is to Joey, and nice hole left side as he does not get touched for about 6-7 yards, and he's down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 8 there on 2nd and 11.
Houston again, part of that blocking scheme on the left side.
So it brings up second down and about 3. Make it third down and 3 coming up.
Noah Coleman, that left tackle, with an incredible block.
Trips receivers out to the right side, 2 to the left. Sorensen, the furthest man on the right side, on the far side, if you're watching on our video feed. Garcia alone in the shotgun formation. Almost got the defensive end to jump. He gets back in time. They're down and 3 with 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Eagles with a 14-7 lead. Garcia awaits the snap, takes it, and trying to find some running room. Bounces off a defender, and now off his back foot, fires, sliding catch is made. A great job coming back to the football that time. Tyler Stubendick. That is close to a first down, or actually that's Jack Studer.
That was all improvisation,
Yep.
is what it was.
It's actually going to be a yard shy or inches shy. Momentum was obviously going the opposite way of
the heavy
first
package
down.
comes in, Drew.
Schultz and Yostin come in. Stutzman comes in. So we'll see this play call. It'll be a shotgun formation on 4th and inches. One receiver off to each side. Garcia does the hard count and then sends a couple man in motion. Garcia wants to call a timeout, so trying to get him to jump. They did not.
I wondered with him under center with whether or not they would actually run a play.
And you take a look at what Kaiser does, obviously with the length that he has, the quarterback sneak that we saw earlier in this third quarter, or second quarter rather. You mentioned we don't see that very much often anymore. It's a lot of shotgun, no matter what the situation is, 4th and 1, 3rd and inches, whatever. They're going to line up in the shotgun formation. That time, just a decent opportunity trying to get him to jump.
Yeah, exactly. And the play is just called kill, 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 kill. It's called like no snap, no count, just freeze until I call the timeout.
And so the Eagles will have it 4th down and inches coming up. 14-7, 1:43 to go in the third quarter. We talked about this being a defensive battle. Haven't had one of those for a while, Terry. It's been a lot of 21-point at least games that the Eagles defense has given up. But you get into November, this is kind of November football.
Exactly.
It's a sloppy, ugly mess.
Yeah.
And
we haven't had any of that, though.
Nope.
In comes Byrne.
Ryan Byrne will try a field goal from 38 yards away. See if he can knock this one in. No trouble the 51-yarder last week. Here's the kick. It's to the uprights, and it is right through. So Ryan Byrne continues his hot streak as he makes it a 10-point Eagle lead with 1:38 remaining in the third quarter. 17-7, Eagles on top by 10. We're back in 60 seconds. This is college football on WKTY.
I'm Bill White with Maxwell White Plumbing.
And I'm Jim from SignPro. Bill had a really big project for us.
We run about 11 to 12 trucks. We have large trucks. Our trucks are 14-foot box trucks. They're big.
And that's not all.
And they've got toolboxes on the sides.
There's a lot of detail on those trucks, but my guys love a challenge.
It was actually easy for us. They had a tough job. They had to make it fit.
Putting graphics on your fleet can be a big job, but it's a great investment.
It's an investment worth making. It happens all the time. We're at a neighbor's house doing work. The next thing you know, the neighbor calls and says, "Hey, you're working at my neighbor's today. When can you get to my house?"
So, Bill, Maxwell White has been a successful business for a long time. Any words of advice?
Be bold. Stick out. Don't go cheap. And if you want people to see it, you got to have something that opens their eyes.
Go to a pro. Sign Pro. Call 782-3456.
Welcome back to Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon. Just about set for this Ryan Byrne kick. A nice drive. He plays 33 yards, 4 minutes, 24 seconds off the clock. Ryan Byrne with a 37-yard field goal. And, of course, those points coming after the interception was taken off the board for a personal foul penalty there, Terry. As the kick goes end over end, taken by Krieger at the 2-yard line. He's out across the 15, running to the left side, and is ankle tackled across the 20 to the 21 or 22-yard line, which is where the Eagles, and now we've got a late flag on the far side of the field, and we might get another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the River Falls Falcons. Number 25, Aaron Schmitz, went tumbling towards the official at the end of the play.
Sideline penalty, I think, on the Falcons from where the flag is and where the side judge is located.
You watch our video replay there, number 23, tossing him to the ground after the whistle was over. That was Tim Owen. An unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on him, 15 yards, or, mind you, half the distance to the goal. So it'll be 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line.
Tim Duffy, the white hat in this crew, explaining the penalty to us.
1:32 to go in the third quarter. Eagles have the Falcons backed up with a 10-point deficit. 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left, pistol in the backfield. Blaha with Owen in motion before the snap. He gets the swing pass out of the backfield, and he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards, still spinning off a defender. Nice run by him after the reception, and it's about a 6-yard gain.
Ran into number 41 for the Eagles. That's Adam Qualm, who slowed him down, got help.
Officially a 5-yard gain, or 7, yeah, it is a 6-yard gain, so 2nd down and 4 coming up. 1 receiver out to the left side, 2 to the right. Reed option for Blaha. He is met in the backfield and swarmed under for a loss of 1. Right side of the defensive line for the Eagles, doing work there.
That's Qualm again, holding his spot as a linebacker. 2 big plays in a row for that Holman kid.
3rd and 5 after the loss of 1 inside of a minute to go, third quarter. 1 receiver off to the left side and 2 to the right. Here's Blaha again. Screen pass, floats it off to Krieger on the left side, and he has a head of steam up the left sideline, has a 1st down and more, finally knocked out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Intense pressure again on that pass. The Eagle defensive line coming alive here in the third quarter.
3rd down conversion there for the River Falls Falcons. 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left again. Shotgun formation, Krieger off to the right side of Blaha in the shotgun. It's going to be a reverse action as Cush is in the backfield, almost tackled by Jack Kelly. He's got a couple of blockers up the left sideline. Finally wrestled out of bounds. Schmitz, first one to get to him. It's going to be an 8-yard gain.
First time we've seen that play. Looked like an RPO coming to the wide side in the reverse. Got 8 yards.
Jack Kelly was close to tackling him for about a 5 or 6 yard loss, but diving at his heels, unable to make the actual tackle. Got whistles here. Not sure if we have a timeout or what the situation is. Whatever it is, we're back to action here momentarily. Going to be a 30 receiver set out to the left side, 1 to the right.
Nate Hitpuss reports in, number 77 for that defensive line.
Krieger, the running back, goes into the motion of the slot right. Here's Blaha. Pressure in his face, steps up, still trying to escape the defenders, and now 2 Eagles wrap him up after a gain of about a half yard. It's going to be 3rd down and short, as that is the end of the third quarter. Score after 3, Eagles 17, Falcons 7. We're back in 60 seconds. This is college football on WKTY.
Midwest Family Entertainment.
We had Midwest Family Entertainment for our reception DJ. I emailed probably 5 different DJ companies and chose the one that was best fit for my wedding, which was Midwest Family Entertainment. It was very easy, very fun getting everything put together. We made a list of requested songs so that the DJ could play them all. Everything went perfectly. You have to have a good DJ if you want to have a fun reception. My advice would be to call Midwest Family Entertainment.
MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com.
It's reassuring having somebody come into your home that knows what they're doing.
You need electrical work done, but it's impossible when the electrician won't call back. So call Mr. Electric. Get an answer and someone who knows what they're doing. Finally, expert electrical service, no matter the job. Get a firm quote on the spot, a complimentary home checkup, and chances are work will be done the same day.
Expert electrical service, Mr. Electric.
Start of the fourth quarter at Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson, 17-7. Eagles with the lead. 2 receivers off to the left side and 1 to the right. Blaha, the quarterback, hands it off to Krieger. Had a steam, good hole in the middle of the field, and he has a 1st down to the 45.5-yard line.
Good initial hole, you're right, but the linebackers filling well, and the tackle made by number 25. He's been on a lot of plays for the Eagles. Schmitz.
Good job by him to make the stop.
Schmitz has played well this afternoon.
He certainly has. Here is a shotgun snap and a curl route. Fumble on the play. Eagles diving for it. Now we have a scrum. It's all going to depend what happens on the bottom of the pile.
Looks to me like
Stout does have it, or excuse me, River Falls does have it, and they do.
He'll stay with them.
Yep.
Got a text from my friend John Pendleton down in Florida. He is part of this, listening to our broadcast, along with Tom Dockham, Chubb Bill, and others.
3 receivers off to the left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation to the backfield. Here is the read option keeper. Now the fire off to the right side for Cush on the screen pass. He's ridden out of bounds at the Eagle 46-yard line. And it's going to be about 2 yards shy of a 1st and 10.
Ryan Daines there, making the tackle. Elijah Alt also in on that.
Kind of a quiet day for him, but haven't called his name for getting beat very often either. So it's been a interesting day for him. Here's a quarterback draw going absolutely nowhere. The penetration, the difference. That middle of the line does the job, and it's 4th down and 2.
They did, and Adam Qualm again. That's 3 plays he's been involved with in this sequence of plays.
4th down and 2. This is big, Terry, as the Eagles could get the ball back, make it a 13 or 17-point advantage. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Here is the handoff to Krieger. Krieger trying the middle. Krieger, no chance, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. The Eagles stuff them in the backfield.
How about this? Dorsch, the first guy to meet him, getting help from his teammate, number 39, Jack Anderson. And the Eagles
great job.
Take the ball.
Great job by UWL. River Falls coaching staff not too pleased, as you probably could hear the vibrations a couple of booths over from us. It'll be 1st down and 10. 13:34 to go in the game.
Some words exchanged, too. The guys next to us were like, did they really say that?
So UWL will wind up 1 receiver out to each side of the formation. Shotgun to the backfield. Will Yost in the H-back, left side of the line. In the backfield as well. Shotgun. Running back to the right side. Brant Bowman. He's going to get the handoff. Good. Patient running by him, and he's going to get about 5 yards to the 49, make it the 50-yard line.
The way he corrals the ball, too, is impressive.
2nd down and 5 with 13:19 to go in the 4th quarter. Eagles trying to make it to 8-1 on the season.
Aaron Borgerding hasn't had as effective a day as he has had previously, but he certainly is a factor of that Falcon defense.
2 receivers off to the left side, none to the right. Did have an interception, but it got taken out due to a penalty. Eagles were fortunate to not have that be a turnover. They were able to punt it away a couple of plays later. Garcia in the pistol formation. Turns and hands it off to Brant Bowman, right side. He cannot be denied on that first attempt of a tackle, and it's another 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Schultz with a great block on the edge, too. Got him those necessary yards. Dustin Schultz from Fairmont, Minnesota, a sophomore.
UWL with a new set of downs. They move the chains. 12.5 to go here in this 4th quarter. 2 receivers make it 3 receivers off to the left side. Will Yost to the tight end on the right side. Pistol in the backfield. Garcia with Stutzman Brant Bowman right behind him. Now Bowman goes to the left of Cade in the shotgun. Waiting for the last few seconds of the play clock to snap the ball. They do so. Good patience again by Bowman. Just nowhere to go that time. That front 4 doing work. And it's 2nd and 11.
Boy, that's an impressive front 4, just like the Eagles. Drew Hahn, we know all about him. All conference last year, a junior, held his ground.
So 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Bowman remains the running back. Garcia, the quarterback. 2 receivers off to the left side, 1 to the right. Studer, the lone man on the right side. Matthias enters and Cam Sorensen out on the left.
Eagles behind the chains, and they haven't been behind the chains most of this second half.
Pistol for the time being. Garcia will take the snap. Like the handoff going deep down the right sideline for Studer. Incomplete. Or did they catch it? Studer, no, they say he trapped it on the ground.
Official right there.
Great coverage there by Brown, too, all over him. But
I just continue to be impressed with that Falcon defensive backfield. We cannot get open.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's tight coverage across the board.
And it's one-on-one on the edge.
Yep. 3rd down and 11 coming up.
There's no space, is there?
No. Pretty much every deep shot they've gone to, it's within inches of each other. The receiver and the defensive back. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Shotgun in the backfield. Timeout called by River Falls.
Didn't have the right personnel in there.
Nope. Want to make sure that they are in a good position for this 3rd down and 11. keep it here for the time being as
Coach, I was just looking at their defensive backs. Coach Alex Wood from River Falls. He must be doing a heck of a job with those guys.
Yeah, you have obviously the 2 Brown kids, as you mentioned, though, Terry. And this is a team in River Falls. They were down by 21 at the halftime break to Whitewater on their homecoming day. Forced it back to a 27-all tie, and then a 49-yard field goal that hit the crossbar and screamed over. Won that game for the Warhawks. So this is a team that's not going to go away. We still have 11:22 left to go in this contest. So the Eagles, a couple of first downs would be huge to kind of get some separation as this quarter continues.
But how about Caleb Brown, the quarterback? Caleb Blaha, the quarterback. He has not been comfortable in the pocket. He's been disrupted nearly every play. He has not had the day that he expected to have.
And we talk about these last 2 quarterbacks we've seen, Terry, obviously Kobe Berghammer now with Caleb Blaha. Their ability to run the football was heavily spotlighted prior to these games, and the Eagles have just done a great job of keeping them in the pocket contained.
Their
defensive, nowhere to go.
Oh, their defensive preparation has been outstanding.
4 receiver set, 2 on each side. Shotgun of the backfield for 3rd down and 11 at the 45 of River Falls. Here's Cade Garcia, good blocking by Bowman to spring him to the outside, and now he fires a comeback route complete to Max Stubendick. He breaks a tackle inside the 20 and tiptoes the right sideline down to the 19-yard line.
Stubendick is evolving into the hot receiver for these Eagles.
Bowman just doing a great job holding off that block for as long as he could. And Stubendick with a comeback route, the big play. It's 1st and 10 inside the River Falls red zone at the 20.
Garcia targeted him the whole time. You could see that, and waiting for him to come back and get open.
2 receiver set out to the left side. That is Matthias Enters and Cam Sorensen. No receivers right. Will Yost in the H-back on the right side of the formation in the backfield. Bowman right behind Cade Garcia. He gets the handoff, gets buried immediately. Ooh. Somebody missed a block there. Number 45.
Don't run that play again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Caleb Johnson, the linebacker from Muskota, just completely all over him.
Wasn't he ever, man? Like he just came through and nobody even touched him. Played
just
in Riverdale.
Yeah.
You know who started their coaching career in Riverdale? Greg Madison, who he played here, went down there to Riverland, and then came back to Logan, and then went to Notre Dame and Michigan and Ohio State and all over the place.
2 receivers off to the left side, none right, shotgun in the backfield. Bowman off to the right side of Cade Garcia. Take the handoff to him, looking left the whole way, down the left sideline, comeback route. It's Cam Sorensen. How did he get that ball in there? His coverage was right there. Sorensen keeps his feet in bounds, and it's 1st and goal at the 2.
Well, first of all, you couldn't get better coverage. But more importantly, Cameron Sorensen adjusted, as you see on the replay. He adjusted, kept his feet in bounds. Well,
kind of a hesitation.
I was waiting for him to have a big catch, and here he goes. He was on my podcast yesterday.
1 receiver off to the right side, 1 to the left.
Well, you said it before. Keep going to him, right?
Right. As one of those guys, you just can't keep him out of your game plan if you're the defense. 1 big play can change all of it. Bowman to the left of Garcia. He takes the handoff, tries to stretch for the goal line, and I think he has it. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
I think his knee hit early. He's tried to stretch, as you see all the time, with
the ball
near the goal line.
The ball was in the end zone, but you're right. I think the knee did hit prior to that.
Sometimes when you stretch, though, you got to be careful because you lose control of the ball.
Right. Kind of the same play that Kaiser Heltzbrand right before the half, kind of stretching for that goal line, unable to do so, and the Eagles didn't score any points. Cade Garcia under center. They're going to go for the quarterback sneak. Offensive line shoving Garcia into the end zone.
There's no question that time.
That finally is a touchdown as the refs converge and say it's a 23-7 Eagle lead.
Not really the running quarterback.
No.
In the 2 quarterback set, but count on your offensive line.
Well, yeah, he didn't. I mean, you had 2 running backs and an H-back kind of behind him, 2 shoving him forward. I don't think he didn't even have to run.
Right behind his all-conference center, Alex Bongers.
Cade just had to hang on to the ball. Just basically got ragdolled around for about between 22 bodies in there, and came out with a touchdown. Extra point for Ryan Byrne is up, and it is good. So UWL takes a commanding 24-7 lead with 8:48 to go in the fourth quarter. We're back in 60 seconds. This is college football on WKTY.
When you feel that crispness in the air, it can only mean one thing. You're ready for football at Nutbush City Limits. Catch college and NFL games at Nutbush all season long. The only thing better than the crispness in the air is a cold beer touching your lips. Get domestic buckets for just $11 at the Bush, or grab yourself a 2-topping pizza with a domestic pitcher for only $22. When you're ready for some football, go to Nutbush City Limits. New building, same old bar. Come as you are, off Highway 35 and Onalaska to Nutbush City Limits.
The new WKTY Cares campaign, sponsored by the Kratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service, is the new way WKTY gives back to our community. Focusing on area programs that support our local kids, athletics, and those in need, WKTY Cares is aiming to make lives better in the Cooley region, with targeted donations to local programs whose primary goal is also helping those in need. In October, the WKTY Cares campaign is proud to award Horse Sense as this month's recipient, thanks to Kratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service.
Welcome back to Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon. Ryan Byrne now tied for the most career field goals in UWL history with 31 on his career.
By Jedediah Jensen, I remember him.
Here's a high end-over-end kick taken at the 15-yard line for Krieger. Krieger trying to squeeze through a hole, and then the Eagles throw him back at the 25.
Courage on special teams. That's what it takes.
Landon Oyen getting down there for the stop, the sophomore from Marengo, Illinois. And that's where the River Falls Falcons will begin their next possession at their own 25.
Sprint down, get under control, and get ready to wrap up, and he did that perfectly.
Caleb Blaha, the quarterback, with Owen, the running back, right behind him. Now he sends him into the shotgun to the left of him. Pressure comes immediately. Blaha stepping up into it. Wrapped up from behind by Dorschner, and it's going to be a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7. But even after that run, pressure in his face, that's an off-schedule play.
Yeah, hold your ground, and Dorschner did that. He is the 6th-year player, by the way, when you count COVID.
Yep.
He is really a force.
2nd and 7 coming up. Fake the run, and now they're going to go back to pass over the middle, complete to the 40-yard line. Nice sliding catch there by Jaeger Reisman. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of River Falls.
Yeah, right in front of Adam Guam. And now is when you pin your ears back as a defensive line and go, because you know that the Falcons will be throwing each down.
Here is a decent pocket. Blaha had his pass somewhat deflected, but then breaking a tackle is Owen. Owen up the right sideline inside the 25 and finally ridden out of bounds around the 20-yard line. And so a chunk play there. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 17 of UWL.
An intermediate route down the sidelines. That's kind of reminiscent of what we saw last week.
Yep.
Finding a soft spot between that linebacker and the defensive back.
7:46 and counting left to go in this fourth quarter. Shotgun in the backfield. 1 receiver right, 2 left. Blaha with lots of time fires to the left side and incomplete. Overthrew his intended target, Reisman again. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Van Zeeland in the area, too. He had his choice of receivers.
So UWL gets ready for this 2nd down and 10. We talked about just a few minutes ago that they're not going to quit, not going to give up. So UWL is going to have to keep the pedal to the metal, try to get this game out of reach. Blaha with some protection now. It breaks down. He rolls out to the right side. Fires complete on the comeback route. That's Cush again, his 3rd or 4th catch of the afternoon.
Dorschner forced him to escape, but he was able to keep his eyes downfield, his shoulders square, and they're on the roll.
Going to be on a 3rd down and 2 coming up after the completion. Trips receivers bunched up to the right side. None left. Here's the keeper on the play. It's going to be a nice run up the middle. Blaha had some blockers, right guard and center specifically, in his 1st and goal.
Good blocking, exactly. Charlie Corbine, the 6'5 senior, making a good block.
So 1st and goal with 7:10 to go in the contest. Eagles, the number 7th-ranked team in the country for both the D3.com poll and also the coaches poll. River Falls is ranked at number 23. 2 receivers bunched up to each side. Now receiver goes in motion from right to left. Trips receivers left, 1 right. Falling that way, incomplete. Cush was open, but Blaha unable to get his feet turned around and get his bearings underneath him. Just a short hop throw. It's second down and goal.
Certainly Luke Cush, from Fort Ripley, Minnesota, one of his favorite targets.
Shotgun formation, one receiver out to the right side, a couple to the left. Eagles show blitz, do not come with it. Blaha looks to the sideline, possibly for an audible. Now they'll send Owen in motion out to the right side, so 2-by-2 set. H-back along with Blaha in the shotgun formation. High snap, a little bit of a wide snap. Blaha able to handle it, and he's going to somehow get into the end zone for the touchdown. And it makes it 24-13, just an improvisation play with a poor snap. The Eagles weren't ready for it, and it's 24-13.
Aaron Schmitz tried to deny him the end zone, but he ran right through him.
So the Eagles defense gives up a touchdown. River Falls cuts it to an 11-point lead for UWL.
Falcons making that look pretty easy.
Yep. Started at their own 25-yard line. Extra point coming here from Justin Scherbel. Here's the snap, hold, kick on the way, and it is good. So the Eagles lead by 10, 24-14, 6:46 remaining to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. We're back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
Now at Menards, save big money on your home with 11% off everything. Make sure you and your family are always breathing safe, clean air in your home with DuPont air filters. DuPont air filters can reduce harmful airborne particles by up to 96%. Menards carries a variety of air filter sizes in stock, all 11% off, so you can breathe easier today. Good through November 6th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back to Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon at Roger Herring Stadium. A play 75-yard drive going a minute 58 off the clock. Blaha finally gets a touchdown run on the ground, and he now has 11 for him on the season.
Blaha made everything happen on that particular possession. Well, you don't have to be too smart to figure out what the Eagles need to do now. Ball control, ball security, clock management. Those three talking points.
And kicking off here is Dawson Kriske. And Kriske's kick is going to be high, end over end. Taken to the 9-yard line. Max Stubendick out across the 25-yard line. Takes a huge hit, bounces off it, gets to the 29 or 30-yard line. Thankfully, see him pop up.
Jeez, was it ever a huge hit? And he was able to continue running through that tackle by Zach Stransky from Owatonna.
And I don't want to say he's concussed, but he might not. It's just kind of, motion you're falling and trying to spin out of it, but.
Just a wicked hit.
Yeah, just kind of a whiplash type hit there. But the Eagles come out with 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Eagles debuting brand new uniforms here this afternoon for the Saturday after Halloween. Tyus Centers goes in motion to the left side. 2 receivers left, none right. Stretch play to the right side. It's Stutzman. Stutzman gets maybe 1 on the play. It's 2nd and 9.
Trying to run behind that huge offensive line, but didn't get much yardage.
UWL, 6:25 remaining. 1 receiver off to the left side. They get 2 off to the left. They're going to send Matthias Enters out that way as well. Dustin Schultz, the tight end, right side of the line. Shotgun in the backfield otherwise. And here is Garcia. Hard count, does not get the defense to jump, and now he'll look to the sideline for the possible audible.
Seen a lot of heavy package with both Yostin and Schultz.
Pistol formation now. Handoff is to Stutzman up the middle. Big hole as he keeps those legs churning, stays low along the ground, and he picks up maybe 7 or 8.
Got a great block right in the middle, Alex Bongers. That's why he's all conference from last year.
Nice job there by Joey Stutzman, knowing that they needed to get 3rd down and manageable. They did just that with that run. Officially 3rd down and 3 coming up with 5.5 to go in the game. Eagles trying to salt this one away. It's obviously way too early for that clinching kind of talk, but a long drive would certainly do wonders. Almost got him to jump again on the hard count. 2 receivers off to the left side, none right.
Using that play clock down to 4 seconds.
Yep. 2 seconds on the play clock right now. Garcia takes the snap. Hands off is to Stutzman. Stutzman reaches for the 1st down. He's going to be just short. at the 39-yard line. Nice job trying to stretch for it there, but
Mike Bertoia
defensively.
Great clock. What do we get, a timeout here?
Yep, timeout called by River Falls, so they want to make sure they're in the right position. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout ourselves. We'll be back right after this. This is college football on WKTY.
Lacrosse, let's get ready to ride. It's the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Boot Barn Invitational, live at the Lacrosse Center, November 4th and 5th, 7:30 p.m. each night. It's the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Record-setting rides, bone-crushing action, and World Championship Cowgirls barrel racing. The first 300 kids get free cowboy hats. Don't miss the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Boot Barn Invitation, live at the Lacrosse Center, 7:30 p.m. each night. Tickets available at Lacrosse Center or PCBtour.com.
Stadium. Drew Kelly, Terry Harrison live with you here this afternoon. And the Eagles will have 4th down and 1 coming up. Joey Stutzman now over 1,000 yards for the season. The 10th time that's happened in school history. He ran for 1,342 yards last year, 3rd most in school history. Andrew Macalato, a school record over 1,900 yards.
Good information from David Johnson here.
Appreciate Dave.
Couple records being set today, huh?
He's all over it. So it is going to be a 4th down coming up. And it will be a punt coming up for the Eagles. So they will try to flip the field, trust that defense, and why wouldn't you? They've been fantastic all day long.
I wouldn't give the Falcons the ball on their 40-yard line, that's for sure.
So here is Krieger trying to pin him back. He's been fantastic with his punts. It's going to be a line drive punt. Takes a couple of hops, and the return man lets it go.
Look at that. Look at that bounce.
It gets inside the 10. It keeps rolling. Finally dead at the 7-yard line.
Looks like my bounce on the green. You're not supposed to bounce it on the green.
Right.
I'm not a very good golfer, as you can tell.
So the Eagles defense pushes them back. The special teams, I should say, pushes the Falcons back to the 7-yard line.
I'm sure there was some discussion on maybe going for it and bleeding the clock with the first down.
But they got to get 93 yards for a touchdown here, and obviously a 2-possession game under 5 minutes to go. River Falls with only 1 timeout remaining. So that could be critical as well going forward. 1 receiver out to the left side and trips receivers right. Empty set in the backfield for Blaha. He takes the snap, 3-step drop, goes over the middle for Cush. He gets his man to the 30-yard line. Good job by Cush to high point the football. And that's a first down, 23-yard gain.
Why not go to Cush? Aaron Schmidt's on the coverage. He's your most reliable receiver.
Yep, got the slot receiver right on the post pattern. He's able to connect with it. Here is the 5-step drop. Pressure from the back edge. Trying to escape it is Blaha. He does so, shovels it forward. Man, that dude is fast. Just got to the corner.
Running for his life, huh?
Right on his heels, number 51 for the Eagles. Zach Kell.
We haven't even talked about
the sophomore from Hunsford.
Yeah, we haven't talked about from Hunsford. We haven't talked about him at all. I haven't even seen. He's not on the depth chart.
Nope. Did a great job there, pressuring from behind. And here is a pass over the middle, incomplete behind his man, intended for Cush.
You know what they were trying to do is a middle screen.
Yeah,
and
it was just the timing was messed
broke
up.
Down.
So 3rd down and 10 after the incompletion. 4:32 to go in the game. Eagles with a 24-14 advantage. Trying to put the pressure on Whitewater to finish off Stout as well. 5 receiver set, 3 right, 2 left. 3-step drop in the pocket. Pressure immediately. Kell in the face of Blaha. He's able to spin out and escape. And Blaha is out to the 40-yard line where the first down marker is, and he's going to have enough where they move the chains.
He's pretty good at improvisation, isn't he?
Yep. And he's had to be good at improvisation because there's not been a lot of plays that's been on schedule or plays that's the way they look in the playbook. The pressure of this Eagle defense has been really disruptive this afternoon. Trips receivers right side, none left. Play action fake rolling out again. This time cannot get away from the sack of Jack Kelly.
Improvisation that time too, but Jack Kelly said, "Oh no, you're not getting away from me."
Just completely blew up that play. Offensive tackle whiffed on the block to the inside. Kelly gets the sack, and it's second down and long.
Kelly beat his man, the all-conference performer from Stevens Point.
That's going to be the final timeout taken by River Falls. We're going to keep it here for the time being. And obviously couple more plays rather, Terry. And got to imagine that this is going to be another win for the Eagles. But defense has to stand tall for just a couple of more.
Well, we talked about last week about how strong River Falls has put together a tremendous team, recruited a lot of five-star athletes, and it shows.
So UWL will be going back out of the field, trying to defend this second down at about 17 or 18. Rain has been off and on, kind of more misting, drizzle. But the fans have certainly braved the elements here this afternoon. A lot of them with the umbrellas, still out there, still supporting their teams. River Falls with a decent contingent as well.
Eagles haven't stunted much in the second half either. See what they do here on second and long.
Two receivers right, one left. Blaha straight back in the pocket. Steps up, steps right into a sack again. Jack Anderson in there for the dump. And it's third down and a mile.
You don't need to stunt when you have a front four like that.
One-on-one blocks, and they just completely destroyed the offensive line pocket. Right back into the lap of Blaha.
Owning the neutral zone.
Third down and 20. One receiver off to the right side, three to the left. Now here is Blaha again looking out of the pocket as he escapes. He gets to about the 37-yard line, and it's going to bring up fourth down and about 13.
He doesn't want to escape. He wants to sit comfortably in his pocket, but he's got no choice.
Eagles doing a fantastic job of coverage in the back end as well. That's
Here's the game right here.
Yep, that's about it. Fourth down and 13 coming up. It says 33, but it is 13.
The Falcons with no timeouts.
5 receivers in the field, 2 left, 3 right. Here's Blaha, empty set of the shotgun. Has all day to throw. Now it breaks down. Rolls out to the right side. Kelly, unable to get the ankle sack, fires up the right sideline, and it's complete to the backup tight end that time, number 84. And that, unfortunately, for the Eagles defense, was number 84, Ern Marcinak.
That was impressive. That was all the quarterback on that. All his doing, Caleb Blaha.
Blaha again rolls out to the right side, complete. Great job by Osborne to drive back the running back there, Owen.
And the clock continues to run.
Yep, absolutely. Second down at about 7 after the 3-yard pickup. 2:45 to go in this game. Eagles with a 10-point lead. Trying to hold on here against River Falls, a top 25 opponent.
Trying to get some fresh players in, too. Massive position.
Obviously, if the offense subs, defense there's a lot of sub as well. Eagles take advantage of that opportunity. Blaha, 3-step drop over the middle. Huge hit by Spicala as he completely jars the football loose from the receiver. It's third down and 8.
That was a catchable pass, except for the hit at the exact right time.
So Spicala jarring it loose again. Number 84, the intended target, Ern Marcinak. And we'll see if they can give up another fourth down here for this Eagle defense. 3-step drop, Blaha. All sorts of time. Now fires over the middle. Dropped it on the pass attempt. Going for his target number 1 that time. That was Jager Reisman. He's had a couple of nice catches that time. A little bit of butterfingers, and it's 4th and 8.
Yeah, and he was open for a first down, too.
So, again, this might be the game. 2:20 to go. 24-14, Eagles with a 10-point advantage. Trying to get off the field and get it back to their offense. And a timeout called by Coach Janis, wanting to be extra sure that they are in the right formation for this 4th down and 8.
Yeah, certainly use your timeouts, because if you don't have the right personnel grouping in, then use it.
Lots of records, as we mentioned, a career-tying record for Ryan Byrne, also a 10th time that a UWL running back has gone over 1,000 yards. Joey Stutzman doing it for the 2nd consecutive season. Record is about 1,900 yards, so probably not in the works, but that would take a special season, obviously, to get near 2,000 yards. But Stutzman has been an ambassador for this program in all of his years, obviously. He's a 5th-year senior as well.
For those people thinking they're not big enough to play college football.
Yeah.
Take a look at him.
Yeah, see Joey Stutzman, right. 4th down and 8 coming up. A couple of finals as the Whitewater Warhawks defeat Stout 16-7. Taylor scores in just a moment. 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left, shotgun to the backfield. Blaha rolls to the left side, now back towards the right. Nobody to throw to, fires over the middle. High pointing the football for an interception is Ryan Days. He fumbled the football, and now who has it? It's going to go back to River Falls. So unfortunate there. Still don't have an official decision. Ryan Dames got the interception. Then when he was running up the field on the return, dropped the ball. And it's going to go back to River Falls, and that should be a 1st down, and it's going to be.
That's unfortunate because Danes did a great job of reading the eyes of the quarterback and then just fumbled it on the exchange, going back, trying to return it.
Yeah. So 1st down and 10 after all that. It's going to be a net gain of about 2 from where they were previously. 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left, pistol in the backfield. Blaha sends his man Owen to his right at the shotgun. Bouncing the ball to Blaha is the center. Blaha steps up into the pocket, fires a pass. Back shoulder fade cannot be connected. Owen, the intended target, down the right sideline, brings up 2nd down and 10.
He was open too.
Yep. 1:57 remaining. As the
Kate Osborne on the coverage.
Yep. 4 receiver set, 3 left and 1 right. Again, pistol in the backfield. Krieger back in there, running back. 3-step drop for Blaha, goes over the middle for Krieger. Krieger breaks through an arm tackle, then continues to push the pile. A couple of Eagles finally drag him to the turf at the 33-yard line, and that'll move the chains.
Emptied the backfield and threw his back out of the backfield for the 1st down.
They'll do it again. Krieger, the slot receiver on the right side. 3 receivers bunched up to the left. Now here is Blaha again going over the right side, and that is going to be another catch by Krieger. Krieger is going to fight his way forward to about the 25-yard line. See officially where they marked him out. It is going to be the 25.
Osborne knocks him out of bounds.
2nd and 3 coming up. Have to get to the 22 for a 1st and 10. Clock inside of 1:40 to go, 1:36 officially. 1 receiver off to the right side, 3 to the left. Blaha, the empty set in the gun. He will take the snap, 3-step drop. Rolls out to the left side again, nowhere to go. Kelly in his midst, and he's going to wrap him up for another sack. Jack Kelly, I think, is going to get your game ball, Terry.
He is, but that was a coverage sack. He had a lot of time to look. He had a panoramic view of his receivers, and nobody open.
3rd down and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Once again, Blaha looking right, now looks left, rolls out of the pocket that way. Continues keeping his eyes down the field, fires to Krieger, his running back out of the backfield, and it's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8, brings up 4th down coming up. So 4th and 2, 1:05 to go. They did stop the clock as Krieger got out of bounds. They get a 10-point UWL lead. Trips receivers off to the right side, shotgun to the backfield. Design rollout to the right side for Blaha. Blaha will get the 1st down and more, get to the sideline, and they stop the clock inside the 20 to the 19. With 59 seconds remaining.
Not surprising, Blaha keeping the ball. He's done a miraculous job here this afternoon. He does everything for these Falcons.
So they send a tight end out now of the field. It's going to be 2 receivers off to the left side. Make it 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 4 receiver set, empty set in the backfield here for Caleb Blaha, the sophomore. He talked about last week how many great quarterbacks we have. This is going to be another one of them in a couple of years. Blaha over the middle, complete. And Reisman is able to make it down to the 10-yard line before he's wrapped up right there. Brings up 2nd down and 2. Have to get to the 8 for a 1st and 10. Trips receivers lined up to the right side. None right. Shotgun to the backfield. Here is the quarterback draw. Blaha right up the gut. Dives to the 6-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down and goal upcoming. But if you're the Eagles, just kind of play soft. Just make sure you don't give up that touchdown, but they're continuing to burn time. No timeouts for River Falls.
Nate Hippis that time with the tackle, number 77.
2 receivers left and 1 right. Shotgun to the backfield. Here is Blaha. 3-step drop. Fires to the left side. The fade route incomplete. Receiver was wide open that time. Reisman unable to come down with it.
Is he ever? He's almost too wide open. It's like, what? What happened here? The ball kind of thrown a little to his outstretched hands.
3rd down and goal coming up. Make it 2nd down and goal at the 6.
Some fresh Eagles coming in, including Jack Kelly.
Not welcome news to Caleb Blaha. Here's Blaha, 2-step drop in the pocket, goes into the end zone, incomplete, overshot his intended target. The intended target was Luke Cush, and it's 3rd down and goal for the Falcons. 19 seconds remaining.
Good coverage that time by Shane Lang, a defensive back from Ellsworth.
So the Eagles trying to hold on here at Roger Herring Stadium. 1 receiver off to the right side, 2 to the left. Design roll out to the left side. Then they set up the screen, and it's deflected on the play. Great job reading it there. Eagles, the pressure, force it 4th and 6.
We haven't seen a lot of stunts. That time, Matt Janisch, the defensive coordinator and head coach, sends Ryan Daines, and he deflects the pass.
4th down and goal at the 6-yard line coming up. They send in a new team, and it's going to be a field goal team, so they're going to try to make it a 1-score game with 15 seconds to go. Drive for the onside kick and hope for a miracle. It'll be number 50, Justin Sherble, the freshman, on to attempt the kick from the 13-yard line, so 23-yard kick coming on the way. Here's the snap, hold, kick is on the way, and it is good, and so it is a 1-score game, 24-17, 12 seconds to go in the contest.
I like that strategy, even though there's 12 seconds left.
You need 2 scores.
Makes sense.
At some point, you're going to need the field goal, and obviously, if you keep having to try for the touchdown without success and the clock keeps burning off, you're just kind of left without an option. So doing the prudent thing there. And the Eagles will have a 24-17 lead with 12 seconds remaining in this game. And you take a look at what the defense has done really this entire game. It was 7-7 at the halftime break, and we kept waiting really for that stout offense that we thought was 8 seconds and just rapid fire. We really didn't see that much. I don't know if it was more about the defensive Eagles trying to confuse them, that they need more time between plays to figure out the defensive front or what, but
certainly was.
Kind of grounded to a halt.
Eagles in the second half, their offense came alive. Well, all hands team up on top now with your receiver, even Cam Sorensen is part of this.
Sorensen, Osborne enters, Joey Stutzman, Max Stubendick. Timeout called by UWL. Making sure everybody is on the same page before this onside kick. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout, and we are back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
Hey, Lacrosse, don't miss the Bill Michaels Show every day from 11 to 2 right here on WKTY. Join me to discuss our favorite sports teams like the Brewers, Packers, Badgers, Bucks, and a lot more. I'm going to give you my opinion, speak with expert guests, and I'm going to chat with you as well. Just give me a call. The Bill Michaels Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on Western Wisconsin sports talk leader, WKTY.
Welcome back to Roger Herring Stadium. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon as a 24-14 lead brings up an onside kick attempt for the Falcons of River Falls, ranked number 23 in this week's polls. And again, the hands team is out there for the Eagles.
Matt Janisch calling a timeout, I'm sure reviewing what they covered this week on their hand special team return team.
Kick will be made by Justin Sherble. 4 guys on the right side, 6 on the left. Here is the onside kick. It's going to pop up into the air, and now it's going to be recovered by River Falls. Wow. Kate Osborne had a chance at it. Kind of kicked off his chest, and then recovered by River Falls at the 48-yard line.
Max Stubendick had a shot at it, too. Couldn't corral it.
So now the defense has to kind of keep their head about them. We got no timeouts for River Falls. They do need a touchdown to tie it.
No timeouts for the Eagles either.
Yep. So 11 seconds to go. No more breaks, if you will, before the end of the game.
High drama now.
Yeah. Make sure you don't commit a pass interference penalty. Obviously, knock it down if you have to. Ball at the 48-yard line. Blaha sends Krieger in motion to the left side in the shotgun. Now we have a new quarterback in. It's going to be a pass complete. It is Cush who catches it. It's the backup quarterback for the River Falls offense. That is number 10. That is Tyler Schweiger. Schweiger takes the snap, spikes it with 1 second remaining. And we're going to have one final play here, Terry.
It's kind of a strange substitution.
Yeah. We didn't see Blaha get hurt. But he must be, because he's still not out there unless they don't think Blaha has the arm. Then
Eagles with
Schweiger
their
does.
nickel defense and then some, standing in the end zone. Of course, now hoping for a tip of some kind.
So 1 second on the clock. 3 receivers off to the left side, none right, couple of tight ends for blocking purposes to give Schweiger the time he needs. 3-step drop, looks to the left, unloads a pass. That's going to be a low-line drive, and that's going to do it. The UWL Eagles, another top 25 win as they hang on here at Roger Herring Stadium, 24-17, and they're going to go to 8-1, 5-1 in WIAC play.
A much-needed win. A loss here would have taken them out of the title hunt, out of the playoffs, and we still got a game to go.
We do. We got one more. It's going to be against Platteville. It's either a 12 p.m. kickoff or a 1 p.m. kickoff. We'll obviously give you the updates as we get them from UW La Crosse. Still kind of waiting on other sport matters as far as soccer playoffs. The UWL soccer team, the women's team, has a good chance of hosting either on Friday or Saturday, so just depending on what that will be. You take a look at this win, Terry. It was kind of a little bit sluggish in that first half. Eagles really started to get that offensive line going in that second half.
Yeah, really sluggish. I was surprised, but credit to Falcon defense for. But then keys of the game, we talked about disrupting the rhythm of the Falcons, making Caleb Blaha uncomfortable, and that certainly proved to be true.
Yeah, he was under pressure the entire game. Jack Kelly, just a monster game. We'll get the stats here in just a moment, but he was harassing the sophomore quarterback the entire way. And I kind of mentioned it in the second half there, Terry. The last 2 quarterbacks, we were so much hearing about this rushing attack, and obviously the stats prove that out with Caleb Blaha, with how many rushing touchdowns now, with 10 or 11 rather on the season. But he had 25 carries, 100 yards, 3 yards a carry overall. So it was just a really tough game for him. A lot of that was just scrambling with great pressure up front.
He still gets my game ball along with Luke Cush. Those 2 guys played very well, as to be expected for the Falcons.
You take a look at his passing stats, 24-47, 3 interceptions, 263 yards, and he was sacked 4 times. And probably the tackle is why it's not on here, but got to have to imagine that Jack Kelly had 2 or 3 of those sacks by himself, solo sacks for him. Some other statistics. Kate Garcia with 4 of 10 for the afternoon, 51 yards. Kaiser Helterbrand, 8 of 12, 98 yards and a touchdown. Joey Stutzman, 22 carries, 89 yards. 86 yards, rather. Helterbrand's 13 carries for 64 yards. Brant Bowman, 5 carries for 8 yards. And, of course, Kate Garcia, that quarterback sneak resulting in a touchdown. So
yeah, let's not forget Ryan Krieger, too.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
6 punts, but 4 of them inside the 20.
Yeah, he was great. 44.3 yards per punt, and it takes a lot for that position to kind of be noticed. Usually it's for the negative, and this time it was obviously for the positive. The field position game definitely won by UWL. Scoring summary, it was a 2-yard run by the River Falls Falcons. Krieger ran it in from 2 yards away. That was a 9-play, 50-yard drive, and then at 54 off the clock, making it 7-0. Jack Studer caught a 32-yard pass from Kaiser Heltzbrand to tie things up with 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And then 3 straight scores by UWL. Will Yosten with a fumble recovery after a high snap on a punt. That made it 14-7, 13:43 to go in the third quarter. Ryan Byrne had a field goal with 1:38 remaining in the third quarter. And then Cade Garcia, that quarterback sneak, as we talked about, making it 24-7, really kind of icing the game for the Eagles with 8:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. So you take a look at the Eagles, 7-1, or 8-1 as we mentioned. They have one more game against a really tough Platteville team. We were there, Terry, last year when basically the reason that that UWL won is that Platteville's quarterback took a knee as opposed to spiking the football.
Hit national news.
Yeah, hit national news. Unfortunately, our call wasn't part of the national news, but we'll take what we can get. But this is going to be a game Platteville team trying to desperately fight their way into contention to stay in the playoff hunt, and UWL is going to have to be ready and obviously honoring all their great seniors.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm going to give several game balls here this afternoon to the Eagles. Will Yosin, his blocking goes unappreciated sometimes on offense, but then he gets the touchdown in the third quarter. I don't know if it's his first touchdown ever on the special teams, but it was miraculous. Cade Osborne, 9 tackles. And we talked about Ryan Kruger from Marshfield. 4 punts inside the 20. And Kaiser Hildebrand, again, 98 yards, did his job in the 2-quarter system with a touchdown.
Final score in this one, the Eagles once again win at 24-17. I want to thank Teague on the other side of the glass for the video coverage, for Faith Rose for keeping us on the air. For Terry Erickson, I'm Drew Kelly saying so long from Roger Herring Stadium. You've been listening to College Football on WKTY. We'll talk to you next week.